And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Route 66. Today we will be playing Pathfinder First Edition, and we are playing through the adventure path called Shattered Star. And what that entails is a collected group of 6 adventures that kind of link from one to the next, taking players from levels 1 up to around 16, 17 ballpark. Today, we will be really properly getting into the 5th adventure, into the Nightmare Rift. I couldn't remember what it was called for a second. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Ava.
Hi, I'm Ava. I play Fea, the human witch, who has nothing too interesting that she does, really, ever.
Boring.
Yeah, super boring. Don't mind. Just don't look behind the curtain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, you might find something. When I'm not here on D&D, or Route 66 D&Ds, whatever, you know, the spiel, I play video games at Avarichu sometimes, and get scared a lot. And,
It's true, and hilarious.
and Alvin, who has actually Alvin's cat. Oh, you guys can't see it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, he's
Oh, you can kind of see.
yeah,
Oh, this way.
sticking out of Olaf's
Oh, no,
head.
that's right. This way.
Yeah.
Alvin.
Wait, is it my turn?
Yes, it's your
Yes. Yes.
Alright, I'm Alvin, and I'm playing as Olak, the half-orc War Priest of Gorum. And this is P40 Kitty Hawk. That's his legal name right there. Because it's too cool to be just called Kitty Cat. I don't want to stream. I don't really sell anything. But I've been recently what would be a good word? Recently been coerced to playing Final Fantasy 14.
Isn't
Oh.
that free up to level 60?
Well, I was dumb and accidentally subscribed first off, so.
How is it?
Ooh.
I'm a potato. And if you guys run into potato patches, if you pet one, you gotta pet all of them. Because that's not cool to just pet one. That's rude. And the other potatoes will feel sad.
King of the potatoes said it right now. Don't be rude to other potatoes.
Okay.
Fair enough.
If you play it, you will understand what
wait, I
a
have a
potato
I
is.
don't
I
understand.
I actually have a serious question. But if you eat one, do you have to eat them all? Because it's not fair to the one you eat.
Why would you eat one of the potatoes?
Because I'm asking, like, it's a serious question. If you did.
Lalafels are referred to as the cute potatoes. You don't eat the potatoes.
This is all
I am
wild
not-
to me.
I'm not taking it back. Because now I know what you're referring to when you say potato, and I feel a little guilty, but not enough to take it back.
You should.
On that note, Ashley?
Right. I'm Ashley. I play Sayoni. She blasts, and when I'm not blasting as Sayoni, I play Cora. She blasts too, actually. I just blast. And when I'm not playing D&D or Pathfinder, I make cute stuff and sell it on the internet, like this little guy here at Pixelbound Studios and
Oh,
Etsy
you have
and
a
Instagram, and yeah, I have a lot of sea critters. And that's about it.
And then this one, because I have to show it.
How do you have a different one every time?
Because she's a member of my
How many
Patreon.
do you... Oh,
Get on my Patreon. You can get stuff every month.
oh,
I
that's
get a new
how.
one every week. Every month, sorry, not every week.
I was gonna say, geez. Thank you, Ashley. Saraha, who's definitely here, and definitely actually Saraha.
Oh, Saraha! That's me! Totally here. I play Kyra, the cleric of Sarenrae. I like the sun and, you know, all things that are good and helping people set on the right path. And I try to not look to see what Faye is doing because she is pure and innocent and we don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, and if I don't see it, I don't have to purge the wickedness from inside of her. I'm currently moving a lot of boxes and things right now, and when everything gets set back up, I would love it if you come hang out with me for maybe Soma if I'm still playing that.
I think you are still playing Soma.
Yeah, I owe Saraha.
Don't you remember what you played? Jeez.
I don't remember if I finished it, okay?
I think you'd know.
Thank you, definitely, Saraha.
Also, if you maybe want to have a cup of tea with me or coffee, that'd be great. And a good read.
That seems legit. Michael, thank you.
Hi, I'm Michael. I play Lurk Logan, nay Jonathan, nay Lem, halfling troublemaker and arena champion extraordinaire. Maker of bigger people. That's a thing. Yeah, that's what I do. What else? I don't stream anything. I play my own games, though. They're pretty fun.
What are you playing?
I don't have anything fun, but I do have this amazing golden retriever in a shark fin that's pink, and it's pretty great. So I've got that.
So when does the golden retriever come on camera and greet everybody, like everyone else's pets do?
I mean, we'll see what happens later. But okay. She won't have the shark fin. But the shark fin is pretty great.
That's so precious. Thank you, Michael. And I am Tim, also Askell Archer. I'm the game master. I will be running the game today. I play all of the NPCs, the monsters, the flora and fauna when I am forced to give voice to flora and various fauna. It happens more than I'd like. That is how you end up with, horse mafia and the like. I also take the text in the adventure booklets and I'm presenting that to our players in a format that they can interact with, and I kind of respond to the things they do with more adventure. When I am not on here running adventures for Route 66, I am on Twitch as Askell Archer, streaming video games and overanalyzing stories and plot elements and such. And I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and I will probably be playing that for another few weeks because I just cannot focus on the main story.
Farted.
Again?
I only get him a cheese snack.
You made a mistake.
I did.
Rest in peace, man. That's all. That's us. You, Chad, if you want to be involved in the game today, you can do so by spending your gold pieces, that is your channel points, on Chat's Blessings, which are recorded in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Hey, I got it right the first try this time. Down in the lower right corner of the map, our players can spend those blessings to give themselves +1 per point on any d20 roll, or to give me -1. Or they could give me +1 and themselves -1, but generally that just doesn't happen. You can also spend a bigger portion of your points all at once to buy hero points, which are sort of a super blessing for our players. They can spend them to not die when they would otherwise die. And they can get a few bigger bonuses and get some Deus Ex Machina if they ever need it. So, that's everyone. That's our introductions. Shall we proceed with the totally accurate recap of last game?
We shall proceed.
Oh boy. I don't even know. Well, basically, Lurk Logan was crowned victor of the arena affair, with Olok taking a sad and unfortunate second place. It was pretty rough. He cried a lot.
Back that trophy.
Wept. Lem comforted him and brought him tea and made him feel like it's okay to be number 2. It really is. No, really, we played rock, paper, scissors, and Olok totally won. It was pretty great.
It was a mighty victory.
There was shopping, and then there was angst about shopping, and then there was more shopping. And after that, a little bit more shopping, until everyone had all the things that they want after many, many tries. So we did that, and then we decided we'd had enough shopping, and we decided to go and teleport to near this big bad place that has something to do with green, and I don't know the name of. Yeah.
Greenie McGreen.
Well, green. Okay. We're going to green. And anyway, we teleported, and it didn't work out very well. I think it was Faye who teleported us. And it didn't go well. We ended up somewhere we were not supposed to be with people that were not happy to see us. And then we ran away, and we teleported somewhere else. And when we got there, we were also not exactly greeted with cordiality. From far, far away, we saw the big bad place that we were supposed to go into. And then we walked up to it, and everybody saw us, and there were these big giant things. Said they weren't that big. They were like hill giants or something. But they had horns that were very big, and they blew those horns very loudly. And then there was fighting and shenanigans, and one of our team, which one was it? I think it was the one with all the spell slots. It could have been. Got smashed into the ground a lot, and it was looking pretty grim for a while. And I think that's kind of where we left it. We had gotten through the first part of the gate, and the thingies behind the gate were starting to take an interest, and there were giants, and there were big elephant-like things, or maybe they were mammoths. Elephants or mammoths? Elephants or mammoths?
I think Kyra scraped up that person with the spell slots and like put her back together too.
Yeah, I think that's how that went. I think it was mammoths more than I think about it. No, the mammoths. Saraha did that. Well, Kyra did that with Saraha. You know, that's how gaming works. Anyway, and that's where we did things. I'm done.
Thank you. I actually can't disagree with most of that recap. Which is actually legitimately surprising. That's pretty much it.
Why would you?
I mean, well, yeah, it's totally accurate, but...
We learned hill giants don't have T-Rex size.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hill giant, yes. Holding still, turns out, in the middle of broad daylight in the desert does not, in fact, fool hill giant eyeballs.
Worth a shot.
Story. It doesn't work for actual dinosaurs either. That part of Jurassic Park was a total lie.
Yep, that is also true. Wouldn't recommend trying that if you ever run into a T-Rex.
But it was cool thematically.
It was cool thematically. It just wasn't.
We confused the hell out of them long enough to.
I mean, yeah, they were kind of like, "What the hell are they doing? Like, do they think we can't see them? Like, what is this?" But yeah.
All we had to do is do the crunk thing when they were just like all in unison, yeah, all at once.
Just yeah, that would have pretty much anything you did probably would have worked other than standing still in the middle of broad daylight in the desert. But hey, you know what? Now you know.
What?
Next time, live and learn,
It
right?
worked just the way I wanted it to.
Fair.
It confused them.
So where we are picking up, as I move you over to the actual map, is pretty much in media res. Not a whole lot has changed. Hang on, where's the music? Come on. There it is.
That's not something I'm in charge of.
Faya, Sione, and Daji are up in the eastern tower of these two towers built along a massive palisade fence, spiked top, of course. The gate remains shut, and on the interior of the gate are a trio of dead giants and two dead, scorched black mammoths. Olak is 4 times the size he normally is, and I believe is flying? Or is
Airwalking.
Airwalking, that's what it was. Is just standing on invisible stairs in the air. That's right, it's Sione who's flying. Lem is up in the western tower, along with an ensorcelled hill giant who's currently holding rocks and cackling at how funny it was to throw these rocks at his friends' heads. There is a switchback up the face of the cliff before you. So, this area here is all uphill. You have to, like, on foot, you'd have to follow that path to get up here. And it ascends. I think I actually can tell you how many feet it ascends. Maybe. 45, I'm sorry. The entire valley entrance is blocked off. The wall is 20 feet tall. A pair of 45-foot tall watchtowers flank the gate. Okay. There it is, 30 feet. The switchback cliff goes up 30 feet to its highest point, where there is a wooden structure. And you can currently see there are 3 wooden ballistae parked in front of this structure, and more giants. I believe the only one who could actually see the giants up there was Seone when she flew. Oh, well, no, I guess the people in the guard towers, you'd have all seen it, since you were all elevated. So you know they're up there. The last you saw, some of the hill giants were running toward the ballistae, while a red-skinned giant wreathed in flame ran for a trio of mammoths. Of the actual landmark itself, Guiltspur, which, for those of you who might not necessarily remember what it looked like, the actual Guiltspur stone itself is to the northeast of this wooden structure.
It is also green.
Oh, it's quite green. Total.
That was what the thing was. Got it.
Oh yeah.
Green.
Yeah. That was the green thing. There it is. Yep.
That's the green.
That's the one. Where
It's not called Greenspur.
And in one final note of what you guys are doing here, and one thing I do want to add to your recap, you have reason to believe that not just one, but maybe a second shard of the Shattered Star are here, since you know that the blue dragon, Cadril Casta, suddenly became more wrathful and warlike, and came hundreds of miles across her country to reach this point, and then excavated this place and went deep underground here, where she hasn't been seen in months. You are hoping to recover the Shard of Wrath, and maybe the Shard of Sloth. That's the one you're missing. Maybe the Shard of Sloth, if it's true. That was the speculation. And you discerned in your research during the shopping time that this whole place may have once been a research laboratory for Rune Lord Karzug, as well as an embassy to the Lovecraftian horror realm of Leng. And now,
Cool.
we're going to pick up with you guys rolling another set of initiative, because as the second mammoth fell, you heard a horrible sound, that of 3 ballistae locking into place, armed, loaded, and ready to fire, and trained on you. So just let me know what your initiative results are, and I can put them in here.
Faye got 14.
Faye is 14. Okay.
Dodgy is 6.
Dodgy is 6. Hey, that's what I rolled for Dodgy too.
Oh yeah.
I got 6!
6 total?
Yes.
That's a sad day.
Hey, I just remembered. You didn't give us the...
XP?
No. The thingy for closed caption!
That is correct. I wasn't going to mention it, but the website is borked right now. They're working on it, but it should be back up for next week, hopefully.
Gotcha.
Dragon is
Should've
15.
mentioned it.
Sayoni is 12.
Got it.
Lem is 12.
Lem is... Oh, no.
My dex is 14.
I defer to you. Mine's higher, but I defer to you.
Okay.
You have more spell slots than me, so I figure you should go first.
Do you guys know why Dragon is off the fucking thing over here? He's just sitting over here floating. I don't know what he's doing.
Okay, so technically...
Oh, we forgot about him.
Oh, no. What Dragon was... I believe he was... Wait. I think you might have moved him.
Not intentionally.
Yeah,
okay, I'm gonna put him.
He should
Okay, I'm
be...
gonna put him.
He was
Hey!
staying on your person, I believe.
Yeah.
So, Dragon has initiative.
Oh shit! Well, can we see the ballista from here?
If you are atop the tower, yes.
No, I'm still in it, I believe.
Then yes, you can see the ballista.
Oh, not on the roof, but you meant like in it. Okay. Dragon's gonna look over at the ballista and like open his mouth really wide.
Okay.
That's about it.
Understood. Got it. After Dragon is the Fire Giants. Okay. After the Fire Giants is Faya.
Oh shit, already? Okay.
Already.
I forgot how many feet I can move. Oh, I think they can move 60 feet, right? Or 30 feet.
Are you buffed? Human base speed is 30. If you're flying, 60.
That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the lanterns.
Oh, the lantern. Right. Well, that's on Kyra's turn.
Those are mine.
Are they?
That was her shadow thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I forgot. I'm sorry. I thought those were Kyra's lantern archons. You're absolutely right. Their speed is 60, and it's flight.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna double move them to be at these, at this one.
Okay.
Here.
Is that within? Actually, that's more than a double move.
Sorry, that's
Move back 5 feet, and it should be good.
there.
Should be fine.
Yeah. I did a guess on that one. I'm gonna be honest. And then, I guess that'll be it. But their plan is to destroy the catapult thing.
Oh. Okay, an update. So on reading this, I misread it. Each ledge is 30 feet at the highest point. So right here would be 30 feet up. Here would be 60 feet up. Here would be 90 feet. And here would be 120 feet above.
Okay.
So
does
you
that
guys,
change my movement? Or does it just...
Yes. You would not be able to get all the way up there. You'd be able to get
Okay.
maybe
Could
to
you
like,
make a marker?
yeah, I will put some text on there to make it clear. So like that.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not my fault you're chunky. It's hard to get you.
Okay, there. Better?
Yes.
Excellent. So, actually,
Archons?
so you, I would say you could probably get the Lantern Archons to about, like, here. In a single,
Okay.
because they'd be going almost diagonally, kind of straight up, but not quite straight up. And should I assume they're staying well above the ground level?
Not if they are at risk to get shot.
I mean, pretty much anywhere here would be at risk to get shot.
Alright. Can't hide and duck and cover at all?
They could if you want them to stay lower, in which case you'd want to move them back. Oops, well, okay, I can fix that. You want to move them back so that they're, like, closer to, like that, to the wall.
Yeah, okay.
Like that.
That's fine. Yep, that works.
Okay, and that's their turn. Technically, they should go after Faya, I believe.
Okay.
So, what do you want to do?
I want to not be here anymore. But Faya doesn't get that option because she is a dedicated servant to knowledge. So, what she is going to do while I stall is help. What's the range on this spell? How far would you say they're over 120 feet, the mammoths people, right?
Well, yeah, and they're 90 feet up. So from you, they would be 45 feet up. You would not have you would not be able to see this giant here. You could probably only just make out the tops of their head, these three's heads, and you could see these ballistae.
Okay, that's not gonna work then. I am going to find cover within this tower thing I'm on.
Okay,
Actually, just
yeah,
kidding.
there's like a half
Xione's
wall
hurt.
along the entire exterior, so you want to like drop below that.
Yeah, yeah, kinda do that, but I need to touch her on my way. With a beautiful... Sorry, I'm just looking for which... Cure. I promise I know what I'm doing, I just can't see very well.
Do you want to say what it is so while you're looking, I can...
Yeah, I'm gonna do cure. I'm gonna touch her with the cure moderate.
Okay.
Or cure something, one of the two. I have to see which one the wand
isn't
is.
Sione still invisible?
Am I?
Weren't you?
Dying doesn't affect that, or going unconscious. Did I go unconscious?
You did, but you went invisible after.
Oh, I can't remember the order.
It was
sorry.
after that. Yeah, I think you're still invisible.
Is Dragon
Okay.
invisible?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I can see her reaching for me, and I
Yeah,
can
I
be
was
like,
gonna say, you're
"Hey,
not
I'm right here.
You're invisible,
I mean-
but you're not hidden, so you'd know she's there. Just to...
Watch out for
I
the
saw
boobs."
I saw where spells came out of, so I'm just gonna take the wand and poke her.
Ow! My boobies.
It might have taken a couple tries, but I got it. Okay, CL10. That's it. Moderate CL10 is...
That's 2d8 plus
8 plus 10.
10, yeah. I think 10 is the max that it can go to anyway.
18 health. There we go. Sorry
Okay.
about the delay. I
problem.
couldn't find out where the wand was.
So, Faya kind of drops to a crouch, feeling around for Sione. Since Sione's in flight, you're not crouched below that half wall, so you kind of find her, like, her legs, and then cast the spell into her leg, which would run over Sione's entire body. Sione, it is your turn.
Thank you, Freya.
Mm-hmm.
I'm headed up, and I'm going to float out and onto the roof.
Okay.
Um,
So you will be at exactly 45 feet on top of the roof.
45.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in that red bubble here. So,
Actually, you know what I will do?
what?
I will put more of those markers.
I'm not really sure how far I just moved. Can you tell me that?
You'd have moved
Like-
about 15 feet.
Oh,
well,
15?
25, about 25 feet.
F40. Oh wait, so 40 or 60? It's overland flight.
It's 60.
40. It's
Oh,
40
is it?
for overland.
Oh.
For fly it's 60. Overland flight is 40.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Sirocco
Oh,
centered right here, so it hits these guys and the ballista. I believe you have a thingy for that.
I hope so.
You did before.
If not, I got a whole bunch of new spell tokens. I can find one in there. Yeah, here it is.
I don't think I could hit all of them with it, could I?
Nope, that's
No.
all ready to scale. I believe you have control
Oh.
over the token.
Whee!
So put it where you want it.
Everywhere.
Right there?
It should be 20 feet radius, so. Is that 15?
No, that's 20.
Oh, I had to zoom in a bit. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that will affect these two and the,
Both. I want to get both
Ballistic.
bullet. There we go. That's how I want it.
well, it already was getting. Not that that's going to do anything to the
So
ballistic.
it will. If any creatures or things are
Ballistic aren't
flying.
creatures.
Yeah, but if things are flying, it's like
They're not-
pushing it down.
not
If it
flying.
shoots, if it shoots something, it's wind blasting it down.
Well, you're not getting the projectile. You'd want that out here then.
It's a big thing loaded in here, isn't it?
Yeah, but it gets thrown forward, not
I mean,
outward.
physics say it would be affected. The trajectory would
Very
be affected
minimally.
by the
Very
wind.
minimally.
Look here, Mr. GM.
So
I
it
don't
is-
like the cut of your jib.
Let's keep moving forward. Fortitude
Make your
saves.
saves.
To them. Okay.
I'm waiting for
They-
you. One save, one doesn't.
Yes.
And it's 26 fire damage.
Okay. And that is the middle one who failed his save, so he's going to take 26. The other one takes 13, I believe. Yes. Yes.
Yes. And the one who took the full damage is knocked prone.
Okay.
And the other guy does not get knocked prone.
Okay, so one of the giants is knocked to the ground as a blast of hot air begins to wash over them. Lem, it is your turn.
Wait, are these wooden? Can I damage them at all, or no?
If they are wooden, they seem to be treated to survive through like the cinder storms of the Cinderlands.
Fair enough.
They don't
Okay.
look like they're being affected by the fire. Lem.
Can you tell me about this building in the background?
The wooden structure, so you can't see it too well from where you're at, unfortunately. Just that it's kind of there, and there's a very large wooden 2-story structure up there. Well, to you, it would be like a 6-story structure. To most, it would be a 4-story structure. To the giants, it's about a 2-story structure.
Really?
Really.
That's fun.
Once you have a better, like, if you get some more elevation or you get up there, I will give a better description of it. But for now, you can mostly just see that there's something up there.
Can I see, like, the roof? Make a
Let's
good guess
see.
about where the roof is.
I would say, yeah, you can do that.
All right. My second question is Olok flying? Olok, are you flying?
I'm standing on air.
I mean, he's 10 feet off the ground, but he's just standing there.
I will look out over my tower and I will look over to Olok and say, Olok, you want to go up there? And I will point to the ballistas. Or do you want to go over there? And I'll point to the fire giant mammoth trio.
I can make it there by myself.
Come on back. Tell me which one you want to go to. I'll get us there. And I'm gonna hold my action until Olok comes back to me and tells me where he wants to be, and I will cast Dimension Door on us when we get there.
Okay, so, well, that's not a hold, that's a readied action.
I want to ready an action.
Got it. Okay.
Do that thing when Olok comes back on his turn to tell me where he wants to go, and I will make us go.
Perfect.
Just a reminder, everybody has 30 fire resistance. I'm pretty sure I cast that on everybody.
I think you did.
Yes.
And Lem is singing, as a reminder.
Which performance are you doing right now?
I think I did Inspire Courage, or did I do... No, I didn't. I did the other one. So I will stop singing that, and I will use a swift action to start singing a nice little song for Inspire Courage.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, it is the Mastodon's turns, and the Fire Giant's readied action is triggered. He steps forward and slaps his hands on both of the sides of the 2 mammoths, and then onto the rump of the 3rd one. And as he does so, all 3 of the Mastodons suddenly burst into flames as the tar that they are currently, that they've been painted with, catches. And you hear a deafening, panicked trumpet come from these 3 surprised and in-pain Mastodons, and suddenly they begin to stampede.
You saying that thing made kamikaze mammoths?
I am saying that thing made kamikaze mammoths, yes. That is correct. So this one is going to go... So their speed is 45. Here. This one is kind of thundering down the ramp there. One is there. And since they are doing this, I have a little bit of artwork for you.
Please tell me Mr. Mammoth's on fire.
If Linny were here, she would be so pissed right now. Yes. So you can hear that trumpeting. The ground is shaking beneath anybody who's standing at present, and which I think right now is pretty much just Lem, Kyra, Thea, and Sione. But you can feel the force as they're stampeding down this cliff face, wreathed in flame. Daji is up.
Daji is gonna take one look at this scenario and look at Faya and just doesn't even need to shake his head no.
Does he open his mouth?
Only because he's really hot right now. He's he's a little panty.
Oh.
Like, just looks at these giant burning mammoths, the giant ballistae, and back at Faya like, really?
Yeah.
I'm
really.
a fucking fox.
Yeah. So he's gonna make his way to be wherever Faya is and just...
Mind his own business?
Is there a stairway going down?
No, it's a ladder, unfortunately.
Dodgy is gonna stare at her while looking at the ladder. Just like...
Got it.
Although
Kinda-
the real question is it man-sized or giant-sized ladders?
It is giant-sized. Olak, it's your turn.
Alright, well, let's see here. Just 20 feet of movement, alright. I'm gonna tap Limsan gently with a
Okay.
pinky.
Okay. Delicate little touch. Lem?
Where do you want to go, Olak?
Get me close.
To what? To what?
All of them.
You got to be a little more specific, buddy. You know what? We don't have time for that.
Points over
Rumble
there.
buddies, and I am going to dimension door us to there.
Oh! Right behind the mammoths.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
well,
close enough.
go ahead. Olak, as you take Lem's little finger, you're suddenly pulled through, and you can feel like the pull behind your navel, and it's almost like a stagger before you find yourself standing in the desert sand near the top of the cliff with a burning fire giant just staring down at you, a little confused. The ground is still shaking heavily beneath you, though, from the force of the mammoths behind you. I believe you still have a standard action.
I do. I am in range of, I guess, this one. Wait, what happens with reach open against when you get enlarged? It doubles the range, right?
It adds 5 feet to it. Doesn't double it.
Oh. Am I adjacent to that one in the corner?
Yes, you are adjacent to it. Keeping in mind that they are actually running away, it'll provoke from you too.
Okay, so I can attack the further one then. I will do that with a... wait. You know what? I'm also gonna activate my sacred weapon and give my weapon cold damage. So, still in ram form, I will attack this one with a power attack and vital strike. The first attack only, sadly.
Okay.
Does 31 hit?
Yes.
Oh,
Though
get
you
your
can
plus
feel
5.
there is 5. Oh right, good hope.
Yeah.
There is
I
some
put the plus-
resistance. You get the sense that they're going to be harder to hit than the other mammoths because of the tar covering their body.
The cold damage.
Actually, why is your AC the wrong number?
And that's 3d8.
Just hit me with that total.
13. So 45 and
45
47.
damage.
49.
49 damage. Got it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Did you get my buffs and my boon, Olak?
I added that in there.
Okay.
I thought you had to be 30 feet. Oh, wait, you are there. Never mind.
Yeah.
Forgot you can teleport multiple people. I am out of it. Oh, shut up. now.
Yep. Okay. And something I forgot to do on each of their turns, the mammoths took some damage from the fire. 6 fire damage. Okay, while I'm doing that... Oh, it's my turn. Okay, it is the hill giant's turns. So, Sione, does your spell trigger ending your turn or starting your turn in it?
I just don't remember. I'll put it back in check.
Well, I'm looking at it now.
Oh, they're also fatigued? Both of them are fatigued.
It looks like it's... knocking them prone. I'm guessing that would be if they... That's a weird one.
I'm not really sure how we ruled it before. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Because I'd like to be consistent, but I just don't remember.
I'm inclined to say if they start their turn in it. So
Okay.
that makes the most sense to me. So 2 more fortitude saves.
You want me to roll damage again?
No, you already did.
Oh, right, I did.
And they both make the save, even with the -2 for fatigue.
Well, they take half damage.
So they're each taking 15.
And they're both exhausted.
Yep. The one who's still on his feet is going to fire the ballista, which is currently targeting... So the right 2 are targeting the tower that Kyra, Sione, and Fea are in. Let me see how this works. It is single... Oh, that's fun. So it's single target. It's not even a line attack. That's a surprise. Okay. Giant is going to fire at... No, the first one's going to fire at Olak, the second one at Kyra, the third one at Kyra.
Kind of rude.
Is there like an attack roll bonus for this? Oh, yeah, right there. Nice. There's for Olak.
No.
Okay, that's actually 21, by the way. The one who's prone is not going to get up from prone. He's just going to, like, kick the firing mechanism. So this is firing on Kyra, -2. That is not going to hit her. The third one has no penalty. Uh-oh. Well, it doesn't confirm, but Kyra only just kind of gets out of the way, and it kind of clips her, grazing her side for 17 points of damage. And it completely smashes through the half wall that she was standing in front of. Is that all those ones? No. At this point, the hill giants back here can hear some of the fuss, so they are going to start checking out what's going on.
They can mind their own business. Go back to digging holes.
They're just, they're just checking stuff out.
Oh.
Okay, that's
Hungry.
it for them.
Go make me breakfast.
That's it for the hill giants. Making it finally Kyra's turn. Yes, I rolled a 2 for her, which is frankly the best characterization of Saraha's play of her that I can. Let's see. She likes to use some of the big kid spells, so let's see what she's got prepared.
I don't think she's in range for the big kid spells.
I don't even know what some of these spells are.
Name them. I should know.
Holy ice?
Oh, that can turn into either an AoE or you can turn it into a range attack.
I think she's in range for a flame strike. You guys are what, level 10? Level 11?
Up there, yeah.
Level 13. You're level 13, so 230 feet is the range on Flame Strike. How far is she from the fun? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're gonna Flame Strike these two, I think. Let me make sure... That's a 10-foot radius? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna Flame Strike. I don't have a token for Flame Strike. Well, that's fine. I guess we don't need the token. We all know what's gonna happen. That is it is 10-foot radius. Oh, 10. Okay. Yeah, she can totally hit them, no problem. One of them, well, they both have -2. One of them is prone with an additional -4. They both fail. They both take 43 points of fire damage as Kyra kind of recoils from the wound and then straightens up, clutching her holy... Actually, no, she had the holy symbol sword. Pressing the pommel of the sword to her chest, the blade begins to glow with holy fire, and you can see the flames just kind of rise off of the weapon into the sky, disappearing for a moment, before suddenly a column of flame descends on these two giants with a terrific explosion, sending dirt and debris scattering around these giants, who are now very badly burned. And now Kyra is going to drop low below the half wall, making it Dragon's turn and then the Fire Giant. Assuming Dragon isn't going to do the thing.
What thing? I don't know what you mean.
Anything.
No. He's not going to do anything.
Well, the Fire Giant, let's see. Let's take a look at some tactics here. Okay, cool. Got it. The Fire Giant is wearing armor, by the way. He is going to stomp over here, looking at Giant Olak. Well, come on then! He bellows, and as he does so, he raises a two-handed sword, and it bursts into flames, Olak. He's staring right at you. He was calling at you.
Yeah, I got him. My ram I'm holding is bursting in icy flames.
Faya.
Faya is gonna move her little beacon things about 50 feet. So, they're in range, right?
Yes, that would be in range. Though remember that this is a ledge, so they'd have to go about, 15 feet up.
Okay. Well, they can't get shot from here, right? Well, if they're already double moving, they're gonna be right next
Just so
to
you're
it.
aware, this guy over here, they would have -4 to hit because he's prone.
Yeah, but I pretty much double moved.
Okay, never mind. My bad. I misunderstood. Okay, got it.
And then my person gonna just you good? Kyra?
Kyra?
Sioni? Good?
I'm fine.
I'm like way up there.
Oh yeah, Sione's well, you were invisible. She doesn't know you left.
I said I was
going up.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't respond because
Okay.
I'm
I should
above
say
the
it
roof.
loudly, but I'm just quiet because
Okay.
I don't want to strain my voice.
Oh, if she hears you, she'll be like from the above you. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so Faya is going to casually just
Casually.
she can do nothing in this situation, like nothing. So she is gonna try and have Dodgy on her shoulders and climb down this ladder.
Okay, make a climb check, please.
Oh,
Sized for giants.
yeah, I was gonna take it very slow. Oh, that was almost 17! 9.
So the ladder, by the way, would actually be right here. It goes down to the...
Oh, well, then I don't have enough movement.
Did you
to go
ever
over there.
remove your climbing harness that we all got?
Now's probably... You can look on that between turns. So you're double moving?
No, I don't have to. No, I wouldn't.
She didn't.
I
She has a +2 on there.
Okay.
I didn't. I thought it would have been on this side. I don't know why, or like centered. So I'd have to. I'm not gonna double move for it.
So what are you going to do with your standard action?
I guess I'll try anyway. It doesn't make sense for me not to. So I rolled a 9.
Okay.
No, she didn't.
Okay. So, it's not like you're going to fall or anything, but you're starting to climb down. You make it only 5 feet down. You got
Okay.
another 25 feet to climb.
I will be taking it slow, so it's fine.
Okay. After Feya is Sione.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Would you consider the conditions out here to be hot
Yes.
and cloudy?
No.
Is it like a clear sky?
Clearish, yeah.
Okay. But like no cinder storms or
There
any
is no
clouds
cinder storm at
all?
present, no.
And no clouds at all, really.
Not really.
Okay, I'll just cast Fireball
Okay.
over... Wait, can I see these guys over here?
I don't know where over here is. What guys?
The
Be-
ones
be
over
descriptive.
by the green thingy,
No, I would say you cannot.
even though I'm up real high?
Correct. Unless you'd have to be like another 100 feet up to see over
100
that.
feet? Okay.
Yeah, this is
Just another
this
mountain?
is a cliff. You're all in a a valley.
Yeah, that makes some sense. I understand.
So where are you putting the fireball?
Well, first, I'm gonna fly out here a bit. 40 feet.
Okay.
And I will put the fireball, like, right between these two. By the ballista. Yeah.
Okay. That's gonna affect both of them. This poor hill giant did not get up from prone, and he's probably about to regret that. -6 on the first roll. Okay, they both fail. They both take 30 points of fire damage. As once again, there's another loud explosion, and you can see dust and debris raining down around them. And some bits of timber. It looks like the middle ballista is pretty badly damaged at this point.
That's it.
Okay. Lem. You're muted.
Are the mammoths still on fire?
Mm-hmm. Given that they're covered in tar, they are likely to remain on fire probably indefinitely.
Okay. Let's see. That is the living thing. Alright. I am going to cast. Let's see. Where did it go? Wrong thing. Need things. If I put it there, I can get there. Not get Olok. Okay, in the middle of that group of 3, so I can exclude Olok, I'm going to cast Confusion on the mammoths.
Okay. I need to double check. Given that they're already on fire, they might have actually bonuses on will saves. Though I don't know how that would work. If it would be a bonus or a penalty when you're panicked.
Well, Panic has specific debuffs.
Penalty it is. Excellent. So one of them succumbs, 2 of them are unaffected. The one that is the furthest back to the left is the one that is now confused.
Okay.
And I will mark it with... What do we want to do here? Let's do... Not really a good... Whoa, that one. Perfect. There. I have marked it, so we all know it's confused. So, as your music shifts, one of the mammoths kind of starts to stagger a little and seems off from the other 2.
All right.
And make sure
And
I'm going to have you roll for it on its turn, so just be ready for that when it gets to their turn.
Gotcha. And I'm going to move over there and try to hide behind this little curve in the rock.
Well, that's the edge of the drop. That's about a 30-foot drop straight down.
Okay. I'm going to creep up on it and try to look inconspicuous.
Okay, just kind of staying right at the edge, as small and unassuming as possible. Got it.
Yep.
Understood.
That's
Oh, hey, the Mastodons go right after you. So first of all, they all take 1d6 damage. And what's the action?
Let's see, they attack the nearest creature.
Okay, that's probably going to be Olak because these two are continuing on their way.
Am I the nearest creature?
Yes. So the two of them that are on fire and are just like madly trumpeting and continuing to panic, they leave you behind. And technically, I believe the one provokes from you, Olak,
Oh,
since they're
well then.
fleeing from you.
This will be a vital strike attack then.
And as you're doing that, the other one stops running and kind of oblivious
Does
to
that
flames.
confirm 21?
Yes,
Oh, wait,
it does.
plus limbs.
Yes. Oh, no. Plus Lems, yes, it confirms. Without Lem, no. So 66 total?
Yeah, and I get a free bull rush on it.
Bull Rush means you have to move. I don't think you can do that on an opportunity attack, can you?
It's a ram. Successful critical hit with the skull ram. You can attempt a free bull rush.
Oh, then yup. Yes, you can.
Hee.
But you do remember, Bull Rush means you move with the creature as you move it. So that would have been when it was here.
Another 14 damage.
Okay, you can save your time. You killed it.
Oh.
All right, so with a fierce backswing of your sword, you kind of cleave deep into the ribs of
Ram.
this one.
It's the ram with my face on it.
Well,
Remember? Orc ram.
oh right, gotcha.
It's a
ram.
really big
That
green
ram. I was thinking
adamantium log with my
Yes.
face on it.
So you cut that one, or well, bash that one right down. Meanwhile, the other one has kind of turned, and in a complete blind rage, fueled by fire and panic, it is going to try to gore you on its tusks.
You can try. It tried.
And on top of that, you will take an additional 4 points of fire damage.
Oh,
0
I think
points of fire damage.
I think this is the first time you actually ate your own words in that
And
manner.
the mastodon is, I mean, it's like I said, it's on fire. It seems in a total panic, but also like its eyes are kind of like swiveling around in its head. It doesn't really know what's going on. It's just kind of running in circles, smashing its head against the
Poor
rock wall.
Mammoth.
Uh,
I don't like
It's
this.
confused, while the other one is just running on its path, still on fire. Daji was going with Faya, right?
Yep, he's hanging on tight.
Okay, Olak.
Alright, well, Olok's gonna charge at the whatever that fiery thing is.
It's a giant. Whatever.
Yes.
It's very big, whatever it is. It's about 15 feet tall, to give you some idea. So even with your enlarged size, it's still taller.
Okay. Charge and with a vital strike. Swing. 34.
34 will hit.
36. Okay.
How much? What's the total damage?
Ooh, nice Lurk Logan.
36 in the cold. So 38, 41, 51,
Separate the cold damage, please.
57, and 5 cold damage.
57 and 10 cold damage. Okay, so your Frostcap Ram strikes this giant and kind of doubles him over when it hits him. and you can see the ice spreading on his body, putting out some of the flames that are just crackling over him. You're sure you felt bones crack from that blow.
I'm here now, Matchstick. And that's my turn.
Did I skip the fire? Oh no, the fire giants go in the beginning of initiative. That's the okay. Well,
Yeah, we all rolled low.
we'll get back to his response. The hill giants are up. So 2 of them have begun in Sione's thing. This one is dead no matter what, even if it makes its save. This one is going to make a fortitude save, probably be okay. -2 though. Oh, 21, he failed. Okay, so he's knocked prone and takes another 27. With his move action, he is going to get up from prone and stagger over here.
Does Exhausted have movement, or is that 5th edition?
I believe... Let's see.
Can't remember.
Yes, half speed and -6 strength, -6 dex.
So he can only get up then, right? Or is that
No.
5 feet of movement?
Getting up is just a move action.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So he gets up and he moves over to... He's running towards a pile of rocks that really only Olak can see. And when
Where
I
you
say
going?
rocks, I mean big ones. This one is going to run away from the ballista and foolishly is going to chance passing through the Sirocco. He's not ending here, I'm just stopping here because we gotta find out if he's getting knocked prone or not. Hill giants, they're not very bright. Okay, he's fine. So he's gonna keep moving over here. And the other 3 who are up to the north, I'm just gonna real quick move them, not even gonna bother with the camera. They're just kind of trotting in this direction to see what's going on. They heard the explosions. Okay, Kyra. I guess Kyra's going to... I guess it would be prudent to follow Fea's lead here. Does she have anything for teleport or flight or... Nope. Nope, no, she does not. Dang.
The only spell that holy people get that can cast fly is Angelic Aspect.
Does she have that? Do you know what spell level that is?
If I can cast it, she can definitely cast it.
Oh, well, I just gotta see if she prepared it.
I don't think so.
I think it's 5 or 6,
I don't see it, so I don't think she prepared it.
because I remember looking at it too.
Well, that's unfortunate. Let me look at her inventory real quick. Yeah. Oh, wait.
Nope.
She's got a scroll of Windwalk.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Airwalk. Windwalk, no good. Don't want
Oh,
to
I was thinking of Greater Angelic Aspect, I think.
Man, she is right up there with you, Fea. There is nothing she can do right now. All right. Kyra's going to take 10 on a climb check to climb with you. Let me make sure taking 10 is enough. Taking 10 would give her 12. That's enough. So assume Kyra is on the ladder with Fea. Which would be like...
That means it's a big ladder.
Fire Giant is going to do a full attack on Olak with his greatsword that is currently on fire. So I'm going to have to add 1d6 to each hit. My turn! Ah! And he comes at you, swinging as hard as he can. 37, 33, and 30 to hit.
Those all hit.
Alright. So...
For 50, 57.
I don't think 5, 2, or 2 is going to break your fire resistance. Just take note.
No, sir.
That's the fire damage. But the slashing is 27, 30, and 22, respectively. as he starts pummeling at you, trying to cut at your arms. It seems like he's trying to force you to drop the ram. And since he's not doing like a sunder attempt or a disarm, it doesn't count in this case. But for purposes, so you can imagine it, he is going for your arms and hands, and you'd be like repeatedly raising the weapon, trying to use that to parry, and probably taking hits and cuts to the arms.
I would like to use an immediate action, if that's okay.
I'll allow it.
Give me a second. Casting Second Wind triggers. Oh, that's a low ass heal.
One.
I heal for 15.
Oh, 15. Okay, so as you're kind of like panting, you straighten up and you feel you're getting your second wind. You always wanted a good fight. You're getting a good fight.
Olak always feels alive when he's close to dead.
Had enough! The fire giant bellows at you. Faya, it is your turn.
Climb. Down. Roll decent, please. I rolled decent.
Wait, you have more than a... If you have more than +0, it's a DC 10. You could literally take 10 and not roll.
Well,
Unless you want to get down faster.
Right. I mean, you'd need a 20 to speed up, though, so that's true. You are able to move 15 feet down the ladder. You were already 5 feet, so you are now 10 feet from the top. If you want,
I was gonna willingly jump the rest of the 10 feet.
you can do
without
it.
taking...
When you willingly jump, you negate the first 10 feet, so you
Yep.
take no damage. You land easily on the bottom.
And I will casually set Dodgy down.
That was a double move, though, just so you're aware, to get to the bottom.
That's okay.
Okay.
I can still casually set him down.
All right, I'm just letting you know, so, like, you know, for keeping track.
Oh, and for my beacons.
That's right, they get a turn.
Um,
They've largely been unnoticed by the giants so far, it seems like.
I'm gonna go that way. And
I just realized I forgot to do the damage from the Sirocco to...
actually, they have a mind of their own, right?
Who? Yes, they do. They follow the commands that you give them.
Okay. Well, initially I wanted these things broken, so I'm gonna move them back. They're right here, and they're gonna start destroying the catapults.
Okay. The middle one looks like it's already pretty damaged.
Okay, they'll start with the one
This
on the right,
Okay.
and then I should have access to the character sheet. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Character, and then
Well, if they're both using a full round action, they can just open fire on this thing, smashing the bejesus out of it. I would say they can, in one round, they can do it if they're working together.
okay. Yep, they are.
Oh. Didn't I cast this last time? No, I didn't.
Okay, so that's it for the Lantern Archons. They are now opening fire on the Ballistae. Sione.
Did you take damage for that one guy
Yes, I
who
did.
ran through and
Yep.
he's also fatigued?
Yep.
Okay. I will move. Sione will, not that anyone can see, but she'll just float over here.
You always do things.
That no one can
We're
see.
blind.
No one can
Yeah.
see how cool I am. How's this cliff face look? Like, is it pretty sturdy?
Yes. Exceptionally so.
Exceptionally sturdy cliff face. Well, I'll just, since I can see these guys are like going for some rocks,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just fireball them again.
See, people might not see you, so you compensate by making sure everyone everywhere
See this?
Yeah.
Well, they see the fireball.
and hear it. Big ol' kaboom. And that will also finish off the other ballista. So all three ballistae are racked. Hill Giant, do your thing.
Oh, I rolled poopy.
-2 on both of them.
Oh, you both fail.
They both take 23 fire damage. Uh-oh. One of them, when the smoke kind of clears and the debris finishes raining down, you can see only one giant is still standing, and he looks badly burned.
Would it be fair to say I see these guys over here yet, or not yet?
You can probably see them coming. They've got pickaxes and shovels instead of clubs.
And no boulders in their hands?
Not at present.
Okay. Is this a bunch of, like, boulders that can be picked up here?
Well, you can't really see that yet, so don't
Oh,
worry
yeah,
about
you're
it.
right. I have X-ray vision.
I will say, though, now that you're at an elevation and Lem and Ola can see it, I'm going to describe the building that you can see.
Okay.
You can see that this wide valley features a 50-foot tall wooden fortress built on a scale twice what one might expect for humans. This building is built from enormous timbers and features no windows and only a single hefty door. You see a flag depicting a giant atop a mound of dead elves and owlbears, which hangs above the door. Braziers containing smoldering coals burn near the entrance to the structure, while 3 large ballistae sit on a ledge south of the fortress, looking out over the valley's entrance. Beyond, this is more for Olak and Lem, you can see a large mound of rubble slumps before a towering green spire that extends nearly 200 feet into the sky.
Did we do checks on what that actually is?
Yes, you did.
Can you remind me?
You don't know. No one knows.
Oh, we didn't do very good checks.
Well, no, you did. You beat DC 40. No one knows what it is.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Presumably it was something that Karzu made.
Aliens.
So, Lem, it is now your turn.
I would like to cast Calm Emotions on the fire giant buddy.
Oh no, you've learned a new trick.
I was gonna say, not on Olak.
That'll
Oh.
show.
We call it Olak.
Oh hell. The fire giant's demeanor suddenly changes. Let's see.
Do I understand what happened?
You can make a sense motive.
I would like to do that.
I'm curious. Okay, any aggressive damage or action taken against them will break the spell. Okay, I would say yes, you recognize the posture, having seen it a few times now.
And also been casted on me.
And having had it cast on you, you can see that the fight has gone out of this fire giant.
What the hell, Lam?
I wanted to buy you some time. Take care of the mammoth, then deal with this thing. Mammoth first, giant second.
Ah!
Besides, if you were better at not getting hit, I wouldn't have had to do it this way. That's my turn.
You're not worth the time, the giant says, muttering at you.
Hey, Mr. Giant. Hey, Mr. Giant guy. Do you know about mine goblins?
What are mine goblins?
Mine goblins, these nuts.
The fire giant's eyes narrow. That's all he can muster the energy to do. Roll for your mammoth, what the mammoth's action is going to be. This, let's see. Both of them take a d6 damage. 1. Both of them take 1 point of damage.
This turn they act normally.
Well, this one is going to continue running. Still on fire. Acting normally, this one suddenly recognizes the fire burning on it, and once again lets out a terrible screech from its trunk, and is going to charge and trample both Olak and the fire giant.
Does that provoke?
I'm not sure. I'm taking a quick look. Full round action, it can attempt to overrun any creature that is at least one size category smaller, which is you and the fire giant. It's like a normal overrun maneuver, but the trampling creature does not need to make a check. It merely has to move over opponents in its path, which it has done. You and the fire giant take an amount of damage equal to its slam damage, plus 1.5 times its strength. Okay, so I've already got that input in here. You can make an attack. You can make an attack of opportunity, but you have a -4 penalty. If you forego the attack of opportunity, you can attempt to avoid the trampling creature and instead get a reflex save. So it's your choice if you want to avoid the damage or take the attack. The fire giant is going to try to avoid it.
Would like to attempt to grapple it.
Unless you have improved grapple, I don't think you can do that on an opportunity attack.
No, I don't. I guess I will attempt to avoid it.
Alright. Well, the fire giant
Reflex,
just took
right?
30 points of trample damage. Yes, it is reflex. You also take 30 points of damage, and then there's some fire. Let's see. For being tar-dabbed... Oops, wrong one. For being tar-dabbed, let's see, it's an additional 2d6 fire damage. I'll roll it, but... Well, no, you do have to track how much, because you only have a certain amount of damage you negate, right?
Well, isn't it... They have to get higher than 30?
No. They do to damage you, but everything you take below 30, you're still adding up, because isn't it like 130 damage that it can negate altogether?
Ah, wait.
No, it's each time you're subject to damage, you can reduce
That's
it
the
by
other one.
30 points.
Okay, got it.
That's the other one. That's,
This is resist energy.
Understood. So neither you nor the fire giant takes the extra fire damage, though I think you both might be knocked prone. Does an overrun knock you prone, do you know?
No, unless they have the improved one.
Okay. Well, in that case...
Wait, they actually might.
Yeah, this could... Well, yeah. Let me see. Overrun. I'm looking right now. If your maneuver is successful, you move through their space. If it exceeds by 5 or more, you move through the target's space, and the target is knocked prone. So yes, both you and the fire giant are knocked prone. As the angry, burning mammoth, or excuse me, not mammoth, mastodon. The burning mastodon just ran right over both of you, and it looks like it's just in a wild panic, and it's not even thinking clearly before the confusion returns to it, at which point now it is once again confused. Okay, that's the mastodons. Dodgy. Anything?
How's this guy feeling? Like, the guy in the tower who is, charmed.
He's just kind of standing there vacantly staring out at the horizon.
I guess Dodgy's gonna make his way up the hill.
Okay. Just gonna be moving, so that makes it Olak.
I'm prone, correct?
You are prone.
Alright, well, with swift action...
Calm emotions ended on the fire giant, because it just took damage.
Yep. I am going to cast
Well, when you get up
Deathless
from
on-
prone, it's going to use
No,
the...
I'm casting this prone.
Oh,
Swift
before you
action.
get up. Okay. Fair.
Deathless. And this will be extended with my meta magic rod.
Your soul is strongly anchored to your body. Excuse me?
I feel like this will be important.
Do you have Die Hard?
Yes!
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well...
Don't worry, if I exceed the rounds, I will drop.
Fair enough. Okay. He is going to try to get you with...
Swift
the
action.
greatsword.
It's
No, well, you're getting up from prone, right?
I actually might.
He has -4 to hit you, if that helps.
which still can probably hit me. What's the penalty for attacking while prone with the melee attack?
-4.
+5.
Screw it, I'll stand up.
Okay, he's gonna try to swing at you from prone. Oh,
that doesn't
19, he missed. He swings at you, but you're too quick. You kind of pull out of his reach as you rise up to your full height.
And I can still make a 5-foot step, right?
Yes, you
Alright.
can.
Let's go over here. And I will bash my log with my face on him.
Okay, you've got +9 to hit him.
With a vital strike as well.
5 from Lem, 4 for him being prone.
That's at least 50.
That's gonna hit.
Okay, so 34. The vital strike. 1d8. Not 3d8.
Shit.
Oh, that's low. 42,
And then the cold?
45,
Remember,
and the cold.
separate. Okay, so 45, and what's the cold?
And 3.
6. Okay. Yeah, as you get up, he swings at you. You kind of suck the gut in. The sword whistles past you, and then you move in and slam your ram right down on him, caving in much of his torso and skull.
Alright, lights out. Then that's Olok's turn.
Mammoth did half the work for you.
They did.
The hill giants are up. This one is going to move right here and pick up a rock. And he's going to throw that rock at Olok.
Uh-oh.
He'll be fine, apparently. $21. I'm assuming that's not going to hit you.
No.
All right, he throws the rock, and you just kind of bash your ram right through it, smashing it into bits, so it never connects with you. Back here,
It's like playing baseball, but for orcs.
these 3 are going to move over here, and each of them is going to pick up a rock. Kyra is going to take 10 to do pretty much exactly what Fea did, sliding the rest of the way down the ladder and then dropping the last 10 feet. So Fea, you'd actually be here. Because the ladder is on the outside of the tower.
That's okay. I just moved
Um,
outside.
okay, and that's it for Kyra this turn, but now she's gonna start making her way up. Dragon, and then the fire, and then Fea, it's your turn.
That's the case, and Dodgy is gonna be 1 square. Over. Can you get there? To Kyra.
I can run. You
Okay,
hear,
let's
like, a
meet up with Dodgy.
angry elephant trumpeting up on the ledge over your heads as it goes stampeding by. It's running down the switchback. It'll be here eventually.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
by the way,
true.
you forgot about this giant down there.
We
I
did.
didn't forget. She asked.
Oh,
He's just standing there.
Is he giggling at the situation?
No, he's just kind of. He's keeping watch, is what he's doing. He's charmed. He's not dominated. So he actually, I guess he's over here now, just kind of keeping watch because he's not gonna attack his friends. Everything's fine. Lem told him it was okay.
You know what?
It's okay.
I am going to try a different tactic. I'm actually just gonna take Kyra up to Olok.
Oh.
We're teleporting.
Oh.
Yeah, I had 3 prepared today.
That is a very good thing. What, were you expecting to whiff on the second teleport too?
Yep.
Fair.
We're gonna go to Olok.
Oops. Okay, you grab Kyra, who's kind of, huh? And then you're up on top of the cliff.
Olok's also a bit, huh?
Well, now Kyra has something she can do about Olak. Okay. Sione.
Sione will just survey the scene, seem pleased. Move this way.
Poor Dodgy.
She'll look over this way, shake her head, and cast
let me
Sirocco on them.
Oh, my beacons are gonna destroy the next thing.
All three of them are destroyed.
Oh, well then they would have gone towards the mammoth below.
Okay. I mean, you don't because that's downward, they can probably just go like right out diagonally over the mammoth and still be able to hit it this turn.
You mean like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're
Sorry.
shooting their laser beams at it, right?
Yeah, sorry, Ashley. I forgot about them.
I'm fine.
And
I did my turn. That was it.
then... I don't think either.
Well, those are versus touch, but they do hit.
Oh my
actually,
God.
both of them hit.
And then it's 1/5 the damage, so it's basically 1.
So 1 each. So 2 total.
Yeah.
Okay, like stings, like little bee stings to an elephant. Okay, and then the giants have to make fortitude saves.
Giants and fortitude saves.
I've been failing a lot of fortitude saves today, and I don't know what is happening.
The
2
first
of them
one?
Have.
And the third one, yeah, failed.
Yep, so 24 to you. 24 to you. 12 to you.
2 are prone.
Yup, and all of them are fatigued.
Up. That's it.
Okay, well, at least you're using your spell slots now. Lem, it is your turn.
Lem is going to cast Vanish on himself,
Oh,
because I just saw a giant rock get chucked up here, and I'm not about that.
Limb-sized rocks.
And
oh
then
yeah, you
I'm
probably
gonna
got a little bit of the debris from Olak smashing the rock out of the air. Probably a little bit raining down on you back there.
and I'm gonna move 20 feet to there and try to be very quiet.
Make a stealth check for me.
Oh, can I have some kind of bonusy thing?
You do.
I do. What do
Oh,
I have?
it's from the vanish.
So if you move less than half your speed, you get plus 20. If you move more, you get plus 10.
I'll take
And
my
if you hold
plus.
still, you get plus 40. Okay, so 43.
Nice.
I'll take it.
Yeah, well, is that all? I mean, gosh, you can't believe nobody
Well, it's
spotted
not
you.
Marizia level stealth, but
Roll your confusion.
Yes. Let's see.
The mastodons each take 3 fire damage.
I think they're gonna keep doing what they. No. Yep.
21 is
Back
keep
normal.
doing.
Keep on keeping on.
All right. It's going to. I'm going to roll a D2. You guys want a 1 here. That's tragic. It is going to let out a horrible cry, and it is going to trample.
all right. Olak's gonna try to
Here is its path.
stand his ground on this one.
Lem, it literally went right fucking by you. So close that you could smell it. I mean,
Am I able to like stop its path?
well, no, but you are able to take the opportunity attack against it. Either
Yeah,
way,
what-
you're
Do I
getting
get an
overrun.
Yeah,
Do I
screw
get
it.
an opportunity attack as well?
I want
Technically,
the
yes,
opportunity
but that will
attack.
break your invisibility.
Right. I'm gonna deliberately not take it because I don't do things like that. But I like
Power
to.
attack with vital strike.
If you kill it, you're excused. But 29 will hit.
29. And the vital strike.
Unfortunately, it's trampling all 3 of you.
Oh.
You do have bonuses to things.
What's the total?
36, 41, 54, 55.
Well, that's not going to kill it, so Olak, you are for sure going to be knocked prone.
Ah.
I did. Okay, so Fea, you have a choice. You can do an opportunity attack, or you can make a reflex save to try to get the hell out of the way of the rampaging
Oh, I'm hitting it.
mastodon. Oh, okay.
Does that confirm?
No. What's the
What is-
damage?
Whoa.
Yes, that does confirm. Okay, hang on. Maybe you're not getting overrun after all, Olak.
No.
I guess Kyra is also going to do the opportunity attack, but I'll be back with you in one moment with Kyra. Fea does 30 points of damage, 36 points of damage.
I'm not interested in this. So she sees it coming and she just readies the sight to go for the legs.
Now you're on, so that's also +6 from Lem Inspire Courage, which is +3 doubled. I think that's it. Oh no, I'm sorry. Then there's the effects of the death bill.
I think that's an action.
Yeah, the cone attack isn't. You're right. Okay, that's unfortunate. Because if you'd knocked it to negative hit points, you could have used Death Knell and gotten a whole bunch of temporary HP from it. Just sucked the life out of it. Okay, Kyra is going to use her sword, Dawnfire. Only the first attack.
31?
Bitchin'. She hits it for... God damn, Lem! 8, 9, 10, 11... 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points of damage. Are you serious right now? Unfortunately, by the time it is provoking from Fea and Kyra, Olak, you are still getting trampled, but Fea and Kyra, miraculously, are not subject to the trample as it is dead before it reaches you.
I'm gonna point to Kyra to get the other leg, and I'm gonna get the right leg.
So, like, the two of you are bracing, ready as it's stampeding.
Yeah.
Olak, too. I mean, Olak in front of you takes the... I mean, to be fair, Olak did more than the two of you combined. But...
Well, fuck you too.
He smashes his banner, like, taking one of the horn, or one of the tusks right off the mastodon. While...
Does anybody get the number of that elephant?
Your scythe, like, you kind of leap to the side, the scythe slicing along at one leg while Kyra does the other, her sword blazing and on fire. She cuts through its right knee, or I'm sorry, its left knee, looking at it to the right. And it just tumbles to the ground, and both of you kind of step aside like parting curtains as it slides a little way in the dirt and continues to burn, but dead.
Okay, now we have to deal with a lot.
I mean, he's still conscious and standing there. I mean...
No, I mean, I got trampled, remember, so I'm prone.
Okay, but he's still conscious and making Olak noises. I mean...
It's the weirdest shit ever. Someone's basically dead and they're still making...
I mean, Olak looks like he should be dead. Like, it's very clear his skull has been caved in. There's, like, blood and gore pouring out of everything. He's still raring to go.
He's like an anime character that got badly beaten.
I mean, looking at his face, honestly, you wouldn't be 100% certain it's a face. But...
Fine. This is what magical healing's for.
That's what magical healing's for. And apparently magical anchoring his soul to the body. At this point, Olak's practically undead.
That's essentially what that spell does. Temporarily undead.
Now the other mastodon is going to continue running.
Run, buddy.
Where the hell is it running to?
It's on fire and it's on a rampage. It's just running blindly. They all were. Dodgy is up.
Okay, so this ledge is 15 feet, right? Right here?
Where?
30?
30.
30? 30? Okay. I don't think Dodgy can jump that high. He's too small. But what he is going to do, because he's not about the vibrations in the ground of something big coming, he is going to run his happy little ass back up to this guy. If I can get 80 stacked.
I can't even find Dodgy on the map. Oh, there. Okay.
Right
Okay.
down there.
And he's gonna like bury himself in that giant. So.
Okay, hiding under the... Okay, make a stealth check for Dodgy, please.
I don't know if he double moves, so I don't know if I can do that this turn.
I'm allowing it in this kit. Yeah, you're right. That would be next turn. That'd probably be next turn.
Okay. So he'll probably be assessing, you know,
Okay, like
where he
looking,
can do it.
sniffing. Olak, it is your turn.
Well,
I just looked at what
Yes.
your current hit point total is.
I'm gonna stand up from prone. And how far is that stupid thing?
There's like just blood now draining out of the crevices in his armor.
You still want to fight?
Olak's gonna turn his orc ram into orc hornbow. He's gonna take a 5-foot step over here.
Olak, if you want to wait, I can probably help with some of that.
Yeah, basically Olak's bones are pretty much broken at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably hear like his legs snap the rest of the way as he takes one step, but it's fine.
And this turn he'll just knock his bow.
Is that a standard action?
To transform my weapon, yes.
Okay, you do lose 1 hit point. When you're at
yes.
negative hit points, you take 1 point of damage every time you take a standard action. But it's fine. You're fine.
Do I?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Even with Die Hard, you need to be a vigilante with a very specific ability to negate that. Okay. The hill giants are up. First, this one is going to. I'm gonna roll a D3 to see who it throws the rock at. Because at this point, I don't think he's capable of differentiating. Okay, he's throwing it at Kyra. So, like, Kyra's literally starting to raise her hands to heal you, Olak, when suddenly...
Rock to the face. Rude.
A boulder goes flying right over all 3 of you's heads, and you can hear it as it lands on a lower ledge and starts rolling and continues until it eventually slams into the stockade wall.
Oh, 2 turns.
And then the hill giant is going to turn around and run to the door, which it cannot open this turn.
Can I still see him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This one is going to get up from prone and just get the hell out of there. This one is going to get up from prone and try getting...
Well, don't they take their damage now?
Yes, actually, he's good.
Maybe he's not gonna get up from prone.
He's...
Or do they take it first?
They take it first.
Maybe he'll be dead. Probably not, though.
And all 3 of them are going to make fortitude saves. All right. Well, the one who made his save continues to make his save. He takes another 12 damage. He's going to grab his boulder.
He is exhausted.
Yup. He is not going to... Well, yeah, he is going to grab the boulder because he thinks he can make it out. He cannot. That's as far as he can go. The other 2 have both failed and both take 25 damage. This was before they got up from prone, though, so... they're both out of it and just happy to be out of it.
It was a lot of work, though.
Kyra is going to cast a really big spell. Saraha, I'm sorry when you watch this. I'm using all your big spells, but he needs it.
Well,
she's
there
gonna
were 2
cast
magnets
heal
that hit me.
on you.
I think
Actually, wait a
that-
minute. Before she does that, yeah, she's gonna do heal. No one else is injured enough to warrant a channel.
Olak basically took everything so far.
I believe that is going to be 130 hit points.
That
Wow.
doesn't get me to full, but it gives a lot.
That does not get you to full.
No, I have -30. If I
Alright.
didn't have the Deathless
Shit.
spell, that would
I
have
thought
killed
for
me.
sure that was going to be overkill. God damn. All right, well, there's 130 hit points as Kyra's sword changes from being on fire to just emanating golden light. With her offhand, she reaches out and touches you, and you can hear it. Honestly, it sounds like the sound a body makes when it falls 300 feet and hits the ground, as all of Olok's bones snap back into place in a single instant, as well as all the wounds closing up, his organs popping back into place, a few of them reforming from nothing, his brain getting sucked back up his nose into his skull, like everything is put back, for the most part,
Tingly.
in a single instant.
That felt very tingly.
Who am I kidding? For Fea, it was probably a satisfying sound. For Lem, I don't know how you'd feel about that, but it was very...
Speaking of bones crunching back together.
Now Kyra is going to... Actually, I think she's good. She's going to hang out back here.
Bones are about to.
Actually, no, she's
snap
going to move
off.
close to the wall over here to take shelter from any boulders. All right. Fea, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna do Bone Shaker at the one at the door. I'm gonna pull out my little makeshift marionette and start twist.
You should have
Start, I do. It's 100 feet.
Bring it
And
closer.
then 10 feet towards my. Oh, I plan to.
What the...
How are you feeling those?
I don't know.
You have so much fortitude.
I failed like 6 out of 8
Alright.
fortitude saves today.
Okay.
Are they like sick today? Did we catch them on like
So,
dysentery day?
Wait, let me see.
that's gonna be...
I think it's not accurate.
That is not
so
the right number of d6s. Yeah.
Yes. So how many do I need?
It should be 90. So roll another 3d6.
Okay.
He takes
So-
26 points of damage. And what are you making your little marionette do?
I'm gonna have it be forced to walk back towards us.
Okay, so with this little bone marionette, Fea animates the still living skeleton of this hill giant, and you can see him reaching for the door, and then a sudden, not that you can see the look of horror on his face as he kind of jerkily turns around away from the door in very puppet-like motions.
If anyone has seen the Demon Slayer movie, think that.
And he's moving 5 feet toward you.
Oh, actually, it's not the movie. It's the TV show. Yeah.
He's starting to just walk toward you. And unfortunately, you can't maintain the duration on this. So, like, as he starts moving away from the door, your control over his skeleton is released. But you can see he's in great pain, and that messed his day right up.
Yeah.
Sione. Gotta get you some hobbies other than tormenting hill giants.
I guess I'll just cast Fireball again.
Oh,
I'll just cast Fireball.
you know, don't let us twist your arm or anything. But
Just cast Fireball.
Gonna
Just
hit
little
these guys.
fireball.
that is that.
Can't.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Big ol' kaboom. Reflex saves. Yeah, they're great at those.
And these are the ones who probably... Oh, nope.
Alrighty then. 26 fire damage to each of them.
They're having a really bad day
They
out
are
here.
having such a bad day.
I'm going to move here. I'm quite high at this point. Like, not smoking high, just, you know.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
I'm gonna quicken spell.
Sione is visible now, by the way.
No, I'm not.
You've been casting attack spells.
It's greater dispel or greater invisibility.
Is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what she
Oh.
said.
The only one she uses now.
That's...
How many rounds has it been since combat
This is
started?
round 13.
I've only had 5 turns since I started.
Today.
Right. And I cast it like right before. I know I wasn't unconscious first. I cast it after you said.
Yeah, but there were a lot of rounds where you guys were fighting that last mammoth and those giants.
Well, I have 13 rounds.
We'll call it for you round 10.
Sure. I cast Fireball on this guy right here.
Wait, you're doing it again?
I cast Pick and Spell. Weren't you listening?
I missed that. On which guy? The other one?
The one that's trying to get in the door.
Oh. Well, that's not good for him.
I'm helping him open the door. You fail.
He tried so hard. He's like staggering towards Fea choppily, and you could see a look of just abject terror on his face before suddenly he explodes in flames and smoke. And when the smoke clears, he's just lying dead on the ground. The door looking fairly charred as well.
Dang it.
That's it.
Lem!
Goodness. I am going to... How do you make the... Oh, I don't know how to make it do the thing.
Right click
Anyway.
while
Right
you're
click.
dragging.
Yeah.
Right click while you're dragging.
Yep. It'll make a point. Now
There
keep
you
moving.
Yeah, it's not doing it. It's fine.
Wait, what are you trying to do?
Move.
Oh, you have to have the selection tool. It's the same thing, just like you were doing, but you do it with your token while you're dragging the
Hold
token
down.
across the map.
Gotcha. I'm gonna run 40 feet to there. That's my turn.
Okay, got it. Got it. The Mastodon is up. He's gonna go...
Oh, do I get to roll again?
Nope, that's not the confused one.
Oh. Oh, that one died. That's right.
Yep. This one's just continuing to stampede down the cliff face. After the Mastodon is Dodgy, who I believe was going to hide, yes? Ava?
Yes, he's gonna hide.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check. Meanwhile, Olak, what are you doing?
So I can't quite go straight up, but I will go 10 feet up this way. Do I have sight? Where would I have sight on the mammoth below?
You probably have sight, I would say. Yeah. Considering that you're also 10 feet up. And it's a very tall mastodon.
I will shoot an arrow down at the mammoth with a vital strike attack.
Okay.
So shoot. Does 25 hit?
Oh, right, the bonuses. Yes, 25 will hit it.
And the vital strike, 3d6.
You can do that?
With what?
Vital strike
Is
with a ranged weapon?
Mm-hmm.
He's so proud of himself.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
I believe you. All right.
It's only for single attacks.
Okay. So 23, 26, 35 damage. 39 damage.
39 damage.
Lovely, lovely. Also, I forgot to roll the fire damage for that mastodon, not mammoth. It took another 5 from the fire.
Oh, and the cold effect will be ended. I'm dropping that.
Okay, got it. All right.
Only have so many of those.
The hill giants are up. So first of all, this one has to make an immediate fortitude save
4.
with a -2 penalty. I'm sorry, with a... No, it doesn't matter. All right, he is going to stay on his feet and stagger the heck out. The only target he can see...
Probably Olak
Is
that's
Olak.
floating up in the air.
So yeah, I think both of these two are going to throw their boulders... Oh no, this one doesn't have a boulder. Well, this one is going to double move. The other one is going to chuck a boulder at Olak.
That's rude.
I assume 20 is not going to hit you.
No, sir.
Actually, you're out of range anyway. Just chucked it, it just kind of didn't make it.
Well, it still can hit me, just negative
Minus 2 per 120 feet, and that's, yeah. Kyra is going to... I don't know what she can do at this point. Well, she can start making her way up here and maybe do something about those. Let's see if she's got any good... I don't want to use any more of the big spells right now. They don't seem worth it.
Did this guy leave the Sirocco?
Yes.
He should have taken damage on the start of his turn.
Yeah, I rolled the fortitude save.
Did you take damage?
No, you didn't roll your damage.
Oh, I thought you were using the old one. I guess.
Actually, Kyra is going to hold off. I'm taking an action, I guess, for now. She's gonna double move to get out of the line of fire. 13 he took. Okay. That makes it Fea.
Is it telepathic I can do these things, or
Do what? I don't know what you're talking about.
the archons? Actually, let me see the conjuration.
Oh, no, it is not telepathy. You have to actually give them orders.
Okay, well, they're just gonna sit there then. Actually, can they hear me from this far?
If you shout and have a
She's gonna
language
shout.
that you can share with them.
Which one?
Which one do you want?
Probably Celestial would be the one you'd want to go with here.
Okay, well, in Celestial, she'll say, grab Dodgy for me.
Oh, they can greater teleport.
Yep, so... Why? It only takes one to do it. So,
Yep.
one will go. And it's gonna...
Well,
Oop.
that one needs to make a perception check, actually.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Because he hid.
Yeah.
It
Really?
doesn't have the...
So make 2 perception checks from them. Since there's 2 of them, maybe one of them will spot him.
Yeah,
They're using.
forgot.
They would have to use move actions to try to see Dodgy at this point.
That's okay. I'll put it back in a moment. I just gotta
I got it.
reopen the character sheet. Perception.
I've actually got the. It's
Oh, they
plus
speak more languages than I thought they... Oh, wait, they have true speech. They can understand
Oh,
anything.
yeah. Well, then pick your favorite. So, well,
I'll
no,
be
that just
polite.
means anything. Well, no, they cannot. Okay,
I thought true speech was like
Yep.
everything.
it is, or it's close enough.
I don't see...
It's at the very top. It's +4.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
15 and
19.
19.
Neither of them
Dodgy
knows where Dodgy is. So,
They'll keep looking.
yep,
But Dodgy heard her too, probably, so...
probably, yeah,
And he understands everything she speaks.
it's true. So that'll be it for your Archons. Sione, choices,
Should I-
I know.
I mean, the fireball's working really well.
You know,
So-
why mess with a classic?
I guess I'll just fireball these guys. I'll run out of spells eventually.
Not before they run out of hit points. Oh, a natural 20 from one of them. That's the bottom one, who's going to take 17 damage.
You know, it made the roll noise for his saves, but... Oh, and then her fireball rolled
Yep.
after.
Yep,
That was really weird how I heard the dice.
that is
It's
tragic.
just gonna float over here, and that's it.
Okay, there's another kaboom. There's just, like, the ground over there is scorched black. Lem, it is your turn.
I'm going to run over to here and hide behind this pillar.
Ah, okay. Well, that's a brazier.
Oh, well, I'm going to hide by the brazier.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Did you want to make a stealth check?
I would love to.
It's only plus 10 for now, but next turn, if you want to, you'll get to add another 30 on top of whatever you roll here. Assuming you don't move.
And from here, are there any windows or anything? Just curious.
No, there are no windows in this building.
All right. A stealth
Oh, then
check.
it probably smells really bad in there.
It might. And while you're rolling that, I'm just going to have this Mastodon do his movement.
31.
31. Got it. Okay. Cool. Dodgy.
Dodgy is going to peek out and stand on top of the hill giant's body.
Okay. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
He's making himself visible. He'll even start doing his little fox noises for the beacons.
Might be a little nervous. There's a burning tar-coated mastodon just bearing down now toward him. But Olak, it is your turn.
That's why he's behind all the other bodies.
I'm gonna go up another 10 feet up.
Okay.
Can I see those giants over there now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Are they prone?
No.
What's up with that one?
He looks... There's smoke coming off of his body. He looks
Oh.
very tired.
Okay, I'm guessing this is being Sioni'd. Okay. Well, I'm gonna Vital Strike
So it's casual.
that Mastodon again.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I think I'm still within 80 feet.
No, you're not.
Oh,
So minus 2.
no, I'm not. But I have height advantage.
Yep. Which only applies with melee weapons.
Pooh. Well, shoot.
20 plus 5 is 25. That hits. Saved by the bard again. Who it occurs to me, you can't stealth. You're literally singing.
Well, visually, stealth.
Okay, visually, you're... Well, yeah, but...
It's the brazier that's singing, not him.
Right. So what's...
So
Just
40,
total.
34.
34? Alright. What the hell are you shooting it with? Like, what is... Can you give me some visuals on this?
No, it's just a really ugly looking bow, because it's an orc horn bow.
Okay, so it's an arrow still.
Yeah, so it's a normal arrow.
Okay. Really big arrow.
Yeah.
Punches into
Well-
Mastodon's thick tar-encrusted haunch.
Olak's trying to hit the broadside of a mastodon here.
That's true, and you seem able to. Alright, that's it for Olak. We now have the Hill Giants. So these two... Well, no. This one is going to move here, pick up a boulder, and both of them are going to throw rocks where they think Sione is.
I have been moving every turn. Last time I fired and then moved.
Right, but you haven't made a stealth check.
Well, I'm invisible.
Yes, so there's a 50% miss chance.
Also, I'm very high in the air.
Yep. But range is 120 feet, so. What's your AC?
Get a bolt.
Let me check. It is 20 right
There's
now.
the first one. It misses because you're in the wrong place. Second one. Okay, the second one does hit,
Fucking kidding me.
but for 14 points of damage. So it's a graze. Like, it clips you a little bit, but it's painful, but it's not going to break anything. Nothing too bad.
I was going easy on you with the fireballs. Now you're gonna get it.
Empowered
Actually,
fireball.
wait. Fatigue
waiting.
is -2. Exhaustion is another -3. That's -5. 15 is not going to hit you.
Well, then I take that back.
All right. Well, they're throwing them at you, though. They are throwing them at you.
I don't approve.
This one is going to stay the hell away from that Sirocco, and he's just making his way along. That's it for the Hill Giants, I guess. Kyra. There's so little that she can do from over here, and there's a Sirocco in the way.
Just go through it. It's fine.
I mean, I guess she could start making her way, like, this way. Oh, no, I'm sorry, speed 20? She doesn't have heavy armor. It's 30, right? Do you know where speed... Yeah, it is 30. Okay. So she can go here as a move action. I guess she's gonna total defense. And hope they target her with the rocks. I guess she'll also she'll like call to them, keeping her sword raised and offensive, hoping to, she's drawing their attention, creating a target for them. Faya, it is your turn.
The beacons are... They don't need to make a perception check for him anymore, do they?
They do not at this point.
One of them's gonna go get him and
well,
then bring...
technically they go after you.
Oh, well, she's not doing anything.
Okay.
Dodgy's priority. And so it's gonna teleport Dodgy over here.
Okay.
Ta-da!
And is that gonna end your turn?
Yep.
You might say these beacons are pretty lit.
No. No.
Come on.
No.
Yes.
Sione,
My turn already?
it's your turn already.
Okay, I'll just
Fireball.
well, let's mix it up with a
Rocket.
fireball.
Really mixing things up. The bottom two, the ones who were targeting you.
What do you want me to do?
I'm asking, is it?
Hold on, let me check. Yeah, I can't hit all three, I don't think.
You
so,
cannot.
Yeah, bottom two.
Alright, they both fail. I'm assuming this is gonna kill both of them, but you never know. Yup, they are both blown to bits. They tried, they really tried. Sione does not like being pelted, I guess.
I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna dispel this Sirocco as a free action.
Okay. The cloud dissipates, and the wavering, shimmering heat lessens. After Sione is Lem.
Tell me about this door.
Well, it's large and wooden, and it has a flag hanging above it. That's all I got.
Okay, I will stop singing, and I'm gonna go up to the door and see if it opens.
And that's when they all died.
It can open, yes, if you want to open it. It looks like it's not barred.
Yeah. I am mostly invisible. I will push it open a crack and see if I can peek inside.
Yeah. Peeking inside, you can see what looks like a large open room with 8 central columns supporting the roof in the middle and like a fire pit between them. You can see that there are many giants in here, though without opening the full door, I'm not going to give too much of a description.
Define many. Like, more than 2?
Yes.
More than 5?
Yes.
More than 10?
Hard to say. Yeah, I would say, because, again, you can't see the entire room. You can tell that there's a lot. That's the most you can tell.
I'm going to quietly shut the door again.
Make a stealth check.
Alright. Stealth. Where's the stealth?
Okay. That would not benefit from your invisibility because this is like it's unrelated to a visual element. Okay, noted.
Okay. How much of that would have taken, like, do I have a standard action?
That would have been your move action. How far did you move?
I didn't.
Oh,
I moved,
you were
well, I guess
already adjacent to the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I would say you still have your standard action.
Okay. I am going to send a message to who needs to know. Thinking through this as Lem, if I tell Olak, he'll run in. That's bad. If I tell Thea, something cool could happen. If I say it to Sione, she'll blow it up, take all the credit for it. And if I tell Kyra, she'll tell me to stop it and go away. So I'm going to tell Thea. And I'm going to send a message to Thea. Hi, Thea. It's Lem, also called Lurk Logan. I looked inside this door, and there's a lot of giants, and, well, I thought you should know. Thanks.
Thea, you hear that whispered in your ear.
Olak, there's more.
Well, you are able to whisper a reply.
Oh, okay, noted. And then I'll look at Olak. Olak, there's more.
What?
Giants.
I love it. Chaos crew.
I'll even say it in Orcish for him.
Okay. The Mastodon is up. First of all, it's going to take 1d6 fire damage. 2. It's going to take 2 fire damage.
This poor Mastodon is having a really bad time.
Yeah, getting coated in tar and then lit on fire kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It's actually going to... Hang on, let me move back. I think we're going to run. It is going to run, just ×4 speed, stampeding down the rest of the hill until it reaches this point. Dodgy, anything?
He's gonna find his way to Kyra.
Okay. Olak, anything?
40.
You know what? Olaf's gonna turn his bow back into his greatsword, and he's gonna go 20 feet down.
Go.
Okay.
What do you mean there's more? More what?
Giants. And I'll point to the door. Or towards that door.
Oh.
And the 50-foot tall fortress structure.
Sorry, Lurk Logan. Faya doesn't have AoE spells like Sione. But she does enjoy watching Olak plow through things.
You know what? In this case, Olak's gonna use his swift action to cast. Where's this good spell? Bull Strength on himself.
Ball strike?
Oh.
Bull Strength.
Oh,
That does not stack with enhancement bonuses, just so you recall.
Oh wait, no, I think I already cast that earlier. Oh yeah, I did. Never mind.
Okay.
That's his turn.
That's it? Okay. The one remaining hill giant, being a very clever sort.
Wait, really?
No, not at all. Is going to move over here and try to grab a rock. I can't pick up a rock this turn, but it's running toward the rock pile. Kyra is going to... well, how loud were you about there being giants in the building? Not super loud. Well, you also said it in Orcish, so yeah, never mind. Kyra is going to continue this way.
Sorry. Forgot people don't understand a bunch of languages like I do.
And again, total defense, and again, actually, does she speak any kind of... Does she speak giant or anything? I can't imagine she does.
Who
No.
even learns to speak giant?
Well, she's...
yeah, except...
She's just got her sword shedding bright, flaming light and is hoping...
I speak giant.
I do too. I think
Faya, it is your
Aglo,
turn.
Bogard, Taldane, Celestial, Elven, Desolate, and Orcish.
Faya?
Go on. I got it. Just trying to show off a little bit. I will go up the mountain. Double. And then I'll tell Kyra. And hers was Kellish? No.
She speaks common primarily.
Oh. Thought she had another language I learned for her.
She does, but I don't think she's actually used that language since she's been here.
Yeah, but I've been with her before. No, I haven't. Have I? No, I was a different person.
I'm not saying you. It is Kellish, I believe, is the language, but
No, it's fine.
I'm
It's
just
fine.
saying.
I'll just do it in Celestial so big guy over there doesn't get tipped off.
Yeah, Celestial. Right.
Nope, I'm still gonna do it. I'm just
Okay.
gonna assume if she can summon the beacons that she knows Celestial.
She's gonna make just a little sense motive check. What are you trying to convey to her?
I'm gonna point to the door that there are giants inside, and I'm gonna put up at least 6 fingers.
Like, she's kind of blinking. You're very clear as you're speaking. Like, you kind of trail off halfway through, realizing she doesn't understand a word you're saying, but like, she gets the idea. She understands that you're saying there's more inside.
Yeah. And then Faye's just gonna shake her head like, God damn it. She's disappointed.
Yeah. All those languages, and as far as anyone else is concerned, you may as well be talking gibberish.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you are. Sione.
I'll cast a spell on this giant that's left.
What spell?
Scorching Ray.
You know, is there worse than 3rd degree burns? Because I feel like there is.
Well, I'm sure Sione is determined to find out. 28 is going to hit.
There's 3 attacks there.
16. Oh. 16. These are touch attacks, though, yes? 16 is going to hit
Yes,
for another
they're all
10
touch.
fire damage. 21 is going to hit for another 20 fire damage.
So they all hit.
They all hit, yes.
46 fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's it.
You're
Wait.
not within 30 feet, so the +1 doesn't apply. Yes?
I was gonna, just gonna move out of range so he doesn't hit me with one of those rocks.
Okay.
Wait, does Sione not speak Celestial as well?
Sione's really high in the sky.
Really high.
True.
Would I have any kind of sense of like the exchange with Faya and Olak and Kyra, having seen her babble things that I don't understand?
You can make a sense motive.
You too. Does Olak look excited
There's
and
a
heading
reason
towards
we
the
all
door?
speak common.
Yeah, but I want to do flavor, and it's not my fault people don't know languages.
I would say you get the idea that she's 17. Honestly,
I held up at least 6, 7 fingers.
yeah,
I like how I
mean,
said 6 and I did.
she was clearly saying there's like you got that there was 7 of something, but as far as like the specifics of what she's saying, it could be about that. It could be anything else. She could just be saying, 7 o'clock. She could be saying Kyra owes her 7 silver for a bet they made. I mean, it could be anything.
Okay. Well, Lem being Lem, I think what's going to happen here is I'm going, since my message spell is still going, I'm going to say back to Fea, get ready. And then I'm going to ease the door open and see if I can see the giants again.
Just pushing the whole door open?
Just until I can see.
Which would be all the way open.
All the way open?
If you want to see the exact details of the room, I'd say, yeah, you'd probably have to push the door all the way open.
No, I just want to be able to see a giant. Like
Just
I did
one
before.
giant. Let me see
Yep,
where my
just one.
giants are.
One will do.
It would be about... So, funny thing, it looks like they've been moving about. When you push the door back open, it's
Quietly.
actually gotten quiet. The murmur of voices in giant has ceased. And you can see that there are a few giants all kind of standing, all staring at the door.
Okay. I'm going to cast Confusion on one of them, trying to get as many in the area of effect as I can.
You can see 2 at a time, so you'd be able to target 2.
Well, it's all creatures in a 15-foot radius burst, so I don't need to see them.
Noted. But you don't necessarily know where any of
Yep,
them
I
are.
understand. I don't know. So I'm going to target what I can see and try to make the most of what I can see.
Okay.
I'll let you figure it out from there.
Well, should be the good giants, and they're just locked away in here, and we're just going for the attack.
Could be. You'll never know. Okay. Noted. More to come on that. So that'll end your turn.
Okay.
Use move action to right. Mastodon, technically,
Take a 5-foot step, by the way.
you can do. Yep. Though you would not be able to close the door again.
Yep.
The Mastodon is now going to turn up. Well, first of all, he's going to take a d6 of fire damage. 1 fire damage. Now the Mastodon is going to start running back up the hill. He's going to dash. Come on. Gonna dash. In increasing distress. Dodgy anything? Olak is next.
Daji's just gonna stay in tow with Kyra.
Okay. Olak?
Wait, when does the lamp thingies go?
Actually, now that I
They
think about
should be
it,
gone soon.
this is
No, I
round
mean-
16. They're almost certainly gone by now. They would probably be
Okay.
Aww. They're gone?
They would be gone.
Aww.
Okay, I have another one.
Okay. That makes me sad. I was gonna ask for a teleport inside.
What are you gonna do instead?
Well, I'm gonna pout a bit, but
Valid.
with my swift action, I'm going to cast Blessing of Fervor with it being extended. And what was that? I'm gonna give myself 30 feet of movement. And it's 50 feet. Oh, by the way, what is the wall made out of?
Wood.
Wood?
Mm-hmm. Dense wood.
Oh. What is the door made out of?
Wood. And the door is about halfway open.
Well, 50 feet of movement. And do I want standard action? And I will use my last stick of lesser meta magic and cast Deadly Juggernaut on myself.
Okay.
That is my full turn.
Okay. Inside, you can hear what sounds like some general carnage. Lem, roll 3 real quick if you can. If you want to copy and paste the D100, that might make it smoother on this turn to keep it moving. Okay, I know 14 is acts normally.
75 and 55. 75 is 1d8 points of damage plus their strength mod with whatever they're holding. And 55 is the same. So 1d8 plus strength with whatever they're holding.
Okay.
That's their turn.
Okay. Inside, you probably only you, Lem, can hear. Let me double check before I.
Oh, and I speak giant, so.
Okay, noted. You can hear shouts in giant, followed by a female voice coming from above, yelling, "Stop it! Stop this nonsense at once! Order yourselves!" That's probably all that you'd hear.
Okay.
Kyra. I need to get back on the right map. A lot going on here. Kyra. Oh, I'm an idiot. I forgot to have the giant actually throw the rock at Kyra. Which is a thing that he's going to do.
He's just keeping it, you know, for later.
No.
Oh.
So Kyra has +4 to her AC. Not that she needs it. Alright. Giant throws a boulder at Kyra. It goes sailing right past her, hits the ground, kind of rolls in the general direction of Fea and Olak before stopping. I don't think there's any point in Kyra running over there, considering it looks like Sione's probably got that one covered.
Hey, Sione. Oh.
I guess she's doing her part, so Kyra is going to total defense is a full round action this time and just 5-foot step back. Keep drawing its fire. Not much else she can really do without wasting spells on something that needed. Fea. Actually, not quite Fea. Fire giants. Fire giant acts normally. Lem, you hear the voice. Seize them! Stop this madness! And one of the fire giants is going to try something. Okay. Fea, it is your turn.
Fea is going to move 30 feet over this way. Yep. Okay. And then seeing Sione so high. Oh. Don't
Can't
see
see me.
Sione.
Yeah, you do.
That-
But this would be 13 rounds have passed now. This is round 17.
Okay, if you
Okay.
say so.
I am going to
Technically,
cast
it's been 14
message. And I
What
am
you learn
going
from
to be
Lem.
like, yeah. Well, I can also see her now. Hey, just saying that giant's inside.
Are you saying that to Sione
Yep.
really loudly?
She
She's doing
cast
a
Whisper,
message.
or message.
Oh, you did cast Whisper. Okay. I can
Yeah,
reply.
Yep.
She'll just turn and look at the building. How many?
A lot.
Got
Would
it.
I have seen that there's fire giants?
You haven't seen inside at all.
Okay. Wasn't sure if they peeked out at all.
All right.
Well, good luck,
Sione.
Sione.
Are there any windows in that building?
None. Not a single one.
It's just like this door.
Mm-hmm.
Who designed this building? Well, I gotta take care of this guy first, so I'll shoot him with the Scorching Ray again.
Okay.
Let's do one at a time in case he dies. I think he might, well, I don't know. 12.
12 confirms, since it's versus touch. That shot alone will blast a burning, scorching hole right through his chest. And he just collapses. And aside from the cries of the trumpeting mastodon making its way back up the hill, that's going to.
Oh, it's coming back?
Yes. Yes, it is. Though I think by the time it makes it up, let's say 5 rounds.
It's still my turn, you know.
It is.
Can I go?
Quickly,
Can I finish?
yes.
I think I would have had to be a little bit closer, so I'll say I'll move there. Can I blast the building with fire?
Sure.
I just with my other
Okay,
two
the other
scorching
two
rays.
hit it and leave just little scorch marks, but it does. I mean, it seems like there's no chance this building is flammable, seeing as it houses fire giants and is in a place where there are cinder storms.
You know, that's fair.
No, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, when I think about it. Oh.
And just to confirm. Oh. Okay. Technically, by the time the Mastodon gets to about this point, it's only taken 12 damage. But I also think there's no way it can actually oppose you guys. How did you want to finish off the Mastodon, the one remaining? I mean, I don't think we need to waste combat rounds on this at this point, if you guys know.
I guess some mercy killing.
I mean,
That's Olaf's
honestly,
job.
if you can stay away from it, it'll burn to death. But it seems like it's going to get to Olaf before that point. Is there a method you had to...
I don't have anything for it. Olaf?
I want to ride it into the building.
You would not be able to. It would probably be dead before it reaches the building.
Well, Olok's still 10 feet up in the air, so...
Well, the 5d6 is 5 combat rounds before it even reaches this point.
I'd like to do a swing
You know
at
what?
it then.
Hold that thought. I was really counting on that being more than 12. We're gonna have to solve this later because there are other things in play like confusion and buff spells. So we're gonna take our break here. We will be back for the second half of the game. Shortly. So chat, I would encourage you guys to get some water, some snacks, stand up and stretch a little bit, and we'll see you shortly. Welcome back, everybody. All right, so I guess what we're gonna do is assume you guys aren't planning on staying outside at the moment, right?
Oh.
I doubt you're gonna
No.
run into that mammoth, so
If that, we could just wait 5 rounds until putting it back.
that will run out the duration on stuff by 5 rounds, though.
I got buffs!
So what I'm gonna do
No,
is
I
assume,
meant like until it's like re-entered. That's what I meant.
well,
I got the boofs.
I'm going to assume it's not going to be a factor, and I'm going to remove it for now. We'll assume that it eventually succumbs to the fire, probably sometime while you're indoors.
Poor mammoth.
On
Yeah.
that note,
Poor baby.
I guess I'm not gonna end initiative. So, let's
Whose turn is it?
do that.
I'm gonna go.
Sione went last, so it is Lem's turn.
Oh, is it really? Okay. Well, I would like to. I can peek through that door still.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a sense of like what giant is not affected by my spell?
Not without really going into the room to be able to see it properly. Like you're seeing 90% door and a little bit of ground. If you go right into the door and like peek your head around, you can see some carnage. But then you are opening yourself up to you're basically in the room. You're gonna have to commit to being in the room or not. Basically, is what I'm.
Just be invisible.
But I can see one of them from here.
No.
None of them from here.
None of them from there. Not really.
Okay. I'm not going in there. Can I hold my turn?
Yes. There's a button for that.
I would like to hold it until I jump in.
You know what? I can just drag your initiative to where you're going to be at. That's what I'll do. Okay. In that case, Dodgy.
Okay, I don't know what I was gonna do for Dodgy, but I guess I can have him about here, and he can wait.
Okay.
He's gonna trot all the way over there and wait.
Okay. Olak.
Okay. 40 feet of movement down. Is the door fully open? Like, can I just walk there?
I mean, you can. It's only going to slow you by 5 feet, but you could like push it the rest of the way open.
Oh, looks gonna stomp his way in there. So.
Okay.
Olak steps in.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. Or here's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm going to have all of you guys position your tokens accordingly. Wherever you may be. Give me a moment to get all the tokens on here. Feya, there's Olak, there's Sione. Just need Dragon and Dodge. And then I need to make the map actually visible. What?
You didn't copy and pasted me.
No, you're there. I just gotta reveal the area.
Oh, that copy and paste. That's a beautiful map.
Oh, it's gonna be. So first of all, you guys get that. And you can position yourselves accordingly outside the door. For Olak, you actually get more.
Up there.
So, Olak, as you push the door open, in fact, really all of you would be able to see this. I guess Kyra was like here. You can see the wooden walls of this wide timber room are adorned with dozens of trophies, some of which look to be, or seem to be, still alive, judging by their feeble twitchings and cries. The majority of the trophies are animals: bears, oryx, giant lizards, a few monsters. But here and there hang the mutilated bodies of orcs or humans. A great fire pit lies in the room's center, forming a layer of smoke. Near the ceiling, about 50 feet above. You can see all the way to the ceiling, so clear through the second floor up to the ceiling. While additional torches, guttering on the walls, only add to the room's foul stench. Slabs of dubious meat roast slowly over the central fire, while a balcony, about 25 feet above the eastern half of the room, looks out over the hall. You can see that there are 2 fire giants standing near the fire pit. One of them has the other, he's got him in a hug and is trying to hold him in place. While behind him, you can see a hill giant has grabbed one of the trophies and is like trying to tear it off and is just roaring in a fury. While in the corners, 2 other hill giants are kind of staring aghast. They all have rocks, you can see, but none of them had them like raised for an ambush or anything. They're all just kind of like looking at the commotion in the middle. While on the upper level, you can see a fire giant standing on the balcony, and she looks a little different. She is better armored and looks far more capable than even the two fire giants down below. And you can see that the breastplate she's wearing is of a greenish metal you've come to know as adamantine. You also see that instead of a greatsword, she is holding a massive Shoanti weapon called an Earthbreaker, which is basically a 6-foot hammer with a giant hammerhead covered in spikes.
Yeah.
As you enter the doorway, the female fire giant calls down to you. Hold your weapons. Stay your violence for a moment. And then she kind of glances at the two struggling fire giants. And cease your enchantments while we parley. What do you want to do, Olak?
Parlay?
That is what I said. I am General Storm, and I will not repeat myself to the likes of you.
You know, this is what's the only guess for not going in here first. This is Olak. This is Olak's house now.
This is Chief Jubek's house. But if you bring me his head, it can be whoever's house you like. Yours
Olak.
or none.
Olak, parlay means radish soup eating. You don't want any part of that, do you?
What the hell is parlay mean again?
Discussion.
Radish soup eating.
Oh.
But I'm telling Olak it's radish soup eating.
Your battle prowess is fierce. You are a great warrior, clearly. There is no reason we need do battle. Not you and I. Not you or my men. We've no loyalty to this place. No concern. That is Chief Jubek's.
Wait, is she
And
being
he
serious?
is mad. What say you? I grow
Is she being
impatient.
serious about this, or is she like...
Make a sense motive.
Yeah.
She doesn't look very happy. 17.
I'll get in on that.
The best you can tell, she's not mocking you. But she also, she doesn't strike you as afraid. Lem, you're getting generally the same vibe. She doesn't seem afraid any more than she seems pleased. You can't really tell why she's doing what she's doing, but you do get the impression she doesn't seem dishonest. But you also get the impression she doesn't seem like she has a great deal of patience or tolerance for nonsense.
Yeah, hold on a second, Flame Breath. Almost gonna stick his head out the door. Sione!
I'm getting there as fast as I can.
Light it up!
Get in here!
The hill giant has like started slamming his head into the wall and is like shaking and blinking and continuing to do it. The enchantment.
I'm not casting any enchantment! I said hold your flame breath!
Do you want me to do another round of things?
Yes. Olak's turn.
Well, I would say one round. Yeah, I mean, I'm being very generous about time here, but yeah, one round.
Sayone would have been making her way over there while they were talking.
83
Like that.
is...
2 will make full attacks against the nearest creatures.
Okay, he's going to jump on the fire giant who is currently holding the other fire giant in place.
The best thing about confusion is that you can't get rid of it in Pathfinder.
That is
Nope.
correct. He takes a swing and
Blotties.
brings his club down on this fire giant's head.
Yes.
Now we need a sense motive from the lady. Where is she? There she is.
Olok is a great sorcerer.
Okay. Restrain him too. And these two hill giants are each going to move forward. And literally just dropping their clubs, they're going to grab the other one and kind of together put him into a full Nelson.
Soraka would be amazing right now.
What are you guys doing?
Again, I'm waiting for Sion to get in here.
I'll parlay.
Yeah, can I get over there or?
That depends. If you guys are continuing with combat actions, no. If you are engaging in diplomacy, yes.
I can't drop my spell, so...
No, I know. At this point, the confused ones are firmly held.
Okay.
Well, Sioni's making her way over there, not just asking what's going on, not being violent initially.
Okay. Well, then you guys may enter temporarily.
Not going.
Okay.
If you want. Anyone who wants to talk to her would have to. Her, by the way, would be this individual.
I am gonna go inside just
Big
to
hoss. Big hot.
listen better.
I think Kyra also is going to. And probably position herself in such a place where if shit goes down, they're not going to run straight at Fea.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Sioni will be right there.
Oh! Okay.
What? Hello?
In front
Where
of
is she?
Kyra.
Where is she at?
She is on the balcony about here.
Oh. Then I'm gonna float up.
Just
Huh.
flying in the air. Face
Yeah,
to
I'll
face.
float up. You wanted to talk?
Oh, then here, let me do this. You're on the other floor.
You know what?
Oh.
Can Ola kind of go behind her like a bodyguard?
I can't see, but okay. Oh.
Yeah, sure. Position yourself where you want to be.
Like I said, behind her. I'm a bodyguard.
She's just kind of standing.
Beside.
Her eyes are smoldering at the moment.
I agree, we don't need to fight.
I wouldn't mind.
Nor would I. But I do not like wasting my time.
What was...
My terms are simple.
Go on.
I want you to storm the chambers below with your combat prowess and your explosions, your fires and your swords. I want you to face Chief Jubek of the Hill Giants. Chief Jubek of the Elf Stompers. And bring me his head.
That
None
is
of
all
my
you...
giants will oppose you.
That's all you want from us?
That is all I want. His head and nothing more. And
I'd like
I
to-
and my soldiers will leave here.
Sense motive.
Go ahead.
Why can't you get his head yourself?
Since Sione, something about the way there's like this devilish expression, you can't get past that. Her mouth and eyes are pure flame. You can't really read her. She chooses to ignore Olok speaking, seemingly only to Sione, directly at Sione.
Oh,
My message bell's still going. Can you ask why?
to Sione.
Yeah, I have it's a 10-minute thing.
Continues to Sione, ignoring the interruptions. What she deems interruptions.
Oh, I did
Only-
it quietly.
I know. I meant Olok.
Okay.
Only Jubek's loyal stand by his side. Remove his head and even they will flee.
Have you
Which
all...
would incidentally leave all of Chief Jubek's treasures unprotected, I suppose.
Something you're also not interested in?
What need have I of treasures?
You must really hate Jubek.
He is a beast. Stronger than any fire giant. Stronger than any of the people have a right to be. And angry like none I have ever seen. A brute who delights only in the torment of others.
He doesn't have a magic item on his person. Looks like a...
He has many magic items, and they are yours too. I care nothing for such things.
One that looks like a shard.
A piece of metal.
Yes.
Yes, he carries such a thing.
I am gonna look at Olak, then back at everybody else.
Olak's still looking at her.
Can you tell us anything else about him?
What is
Where
there
he's-
to say? He is a warrior.
Are there any traps between us and him?
I do not know. I have not been permitted below.
Stilly, did we get the name of that dragon?
Yeah, Cadril Costa.
Do you all work for Caldro Costa?
The dragon
Yes.
is no employer of mine. A conqueror, perhaps.
Is
but
it here?
Not my officer. Yes.
Where?
Who knows? The beast went below when first we arrived here, and has not been seen since. Only Chief Jubek commands here now, and I will serve no hill giant.
Oh, that's what it is.
How the hell are you even here then?
That's Faye will say that for Sione to hear.
She glances for just a moment, pure rage at Olak before turning her attention back to Sione, again ignoring him.
I think if my friends agree, we can do this. I'll look back at everybody else. Seeing as how it aligns with our own objectives.
Faye does this. Just thumbs up.
With somebody else's thumb.
Yeah, we'll do it. She's like fiddling with bones as she's listening. Like,
If your interests are with the dragon, then they do indeed, with confrontation with the dragon, they do indeed align with mine. For without Jubek, I command, and when I leave, my slaves leave with me, leaving
Perhaps-
your dragon unprotected.
Perhaps you could do more than that. I can't imagine you want this dragon to stay and be a scourge on this land.
I am no fool. I care nothing for your lands.
Where does she live?
Where do fire giants live?
Make a knowledge,
I would-
Oh boy, what would this be? Oh, fuck, history?
Local. History. Oh, he was almost a 17. I got
rolled
13.
really
Sione,
low.
you know they live in generally hot areas, volcanic mountains. Feya,
It
you
was
would know
pretty
that
hot.
there's not a lot of fire giants in the Kodar Mountains. They're not really very common in Varizia. Beltzen has some good places for them. You would surmise they're probably from Beltzen. somewhere in Beltzen.
Okay. Would it be too much trouble to ask for a map for that? Or is
It's not. It's outside of Rizia. It's the country east of Rizia. It's Orc country.
So it's safe to say you're far from home?
Yes.
I'll look at everybody else. Any other questions? I say in the Thessalonian.
She'll shake her head no.
She frowns. You get the vibe she doesn't like that.
Look back at her. I think we have a deal then.
Very good.
May we collect ourselves here before we venture down?
You may rest outside if you wish. Otherwise, Yorm will show you to the stairs.
Oh, before we go, what is that green stone out there?
It was not brought by us. I am to understand from certain of our conquests. She glances at one of the humans who's still, like, twitching on the wall, and you can see, like, he's got one eye kind of open. He's a Shoanti man, and he kind of... me. I have come to understand. Your people call it Guiltspur.
Wait, there's still a live one?
Oh yeah, well, many of the trophies on the wall, like the animals, some of the people, some of the orcs, they're dying.
I don't like that. Why have you kept them alive?
Who?
On the wall?
A trophy earned in combat.
So the combat is done, yet you haven't finished the job.
It is
Glancing at
finished
them,
enough.
do they look like they're past, like,
Oh,
any
yeah.
healing?
Probably, yeah. You'd need some
In
pretty
that
serious
case,
magic.
how many are there?
Trophies or still alive? I mean, they're all
Still
kind
alive.
Of,
Still
maybe not
alive
all.
trophies.
Still alive, maybe like 2.
2?
Oh, so you're not keeping them alive for any reason.
No, can I grab
They
the ones
live
that are...
because they are strong and they survive. When they perish, things will be complete. You may keep them too, if you wish, when our deal is complete.
You know what? The ones that are still alive, I'll go up to one of them, smack them with stabilize, and yank them off.
At this, so here's the thing. They're basically dead.
Wait, how are they still alive then?
That's
They're-
like the opposite.
They're in like the final hours. Like they're. So how stabilized generally?
Oh, yeah.
In the same way
Well,
that like if you tear somebody's arms and legs off, cure wounds is not going to heal them. It's sort of like that.
Olak,
If
Let
it
me-
gives you any solace, this too is Chieftain Jubek's work.
let me them out of their misery, Olak.
You answer to him, and yet speak for your people. Which of I was under the impression I spoke to the commanding officer.
Commanding officer, my ass.
We are a group, a team.
A group led by whom?
Hello.
I
Hi.
Slem just
I
like leaning
just-
in the door.
Yeah.
I suppose that would be me.
I'm gonna like push Lim out.
General Logan here.
I
Nice
meant if
She's gonna like hold his head outside.
Olak, if you don't think they can be healed.
Olok's is gonna, if I can't heal them, if they look like they're just gonna die for long, Dolok's just gonna stab them with the sword.
She doesn't stop you or anything, she just watches you kind of dispassionately.
She'll let Olak do that. Well,
Olok's like pretty gross and told.
We'll be on our way.
Yorm, show them to the basement. And the fire giant down below finally lets go of his other, the other fire giant who's long past stopped struggling. The two hill giants are still holding the other one who's just kind of, he hasn't stopped struggling, but he's not confused. I think he's just now literally confused.
Yeah. Like, what?
This fire giant will move toward the base of the stairs. Actually, he'll move about here and grab this hill giant by like the back of the neck and like pull him away, throwing him to the ground over here.
So violent.
This way! And he will wait for you guys to join him if you're going to.
I will follow.
Yeah, I'll head down there.
Fight well. Return with Jubek's head, and our deal is sealed. I have spoken.
How big is her head?
Her head?
Yeah,
Yeah, her head.
About the size of your average fire giant. So, let's see, she's about 15 feet tall. Actually, she's about 16 feet tall. I don't know, like 2.5, 3 feet.
Good luck, Olak. What, he's
Good
gonna
luck,
have
Olak,
to
what?
carry it. You carry it.
Carry what?
Well, Jubek would be a hill giant, to be fair.
Oh.
Who, in their case, the average
Oh,
hill
the
giant
head.
is about 10 feet tall. So their head would be about twice the size of a human head. And 4 times as heavy.
She
luck,
only has a
Olak.
pit.
What do you need my pit for?
This is
See?
like the conversation as we're going down.
Yeah.
As Yorm the fire giant leads you through this door to the and through a door to the south, you can see another door open up and a lone fire giant kind of standing there watching you. As you pass, just crossing the hall to the south, you can make out more fire giants in the room behind him, and you can even hear, as the door opens, somewhere down that hall, you can hear horrid, awful, bone-chilling howling coming from somewhere that sounds like a pair of really big, demonic dogs.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Cool.
Well,
Down
as we pass the
there.
other,
You
as we pass
find
the other one,
Chief
sit guard.
down there.
I'll wave hi and say hello in giant to the other one.
He just stares at you.
I will salute and say, General Logan, at your service.
You get the idea that the fire giants may be a humorless bunch.
They are. But Faye is still gonna laugh at Lem
We'll be back when the job is done.
nervously.
Head down.
Don't forget Dragon.
Well,
How many minutes has it been?
I'm still on
sir?
the other map, I guess.
Minutes? Probably about 5 minutes now that the conversation was going.
Okay.
Me and Olak are still over there.
Hang on, I'm looking for my notes on the next area, since technically you've gone into a new place.
Ow, 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 ow!
Trim his nails, Alvin.
It's very hard to get his rear.
I need to
And-
double check something. I need to double check that you're not, well, I need to see
am no
who,
longer enlarged.
who fights and who doesn't.
Quiet.
Ow! Oh, wait, so I should still have...
Okay, where's the thing? Sorry, there's a lot here.
Deadly Juggernaut. Okay, I still have Deadly Juggernaut.
I'll cast Mage Armor if I haven't already. I feel like I forgot. So.
Okay, got it.
No, we
got
didn't.
We didn't?
We did it
No,
before we
you
teleported.
lamented that you didn't do it, but you haven't done it.
Oh,
Oh.
I do it then.
Well, you didn't do it.
As you guys start making your way down the steps, you can hear Yorm the fire giant chuckle. Good luck.
I blast him.
Do
With
you?
a smile!
Oh. Are you a bard now? I thought that
Yeah.
was Lem's shtick.
Learning from Lem. Give
Lem,
him
you
the
got
old
some
smile
competition.
blast.
Sorry, General Logan, you have competition. They will say.
Let me just throw your tokens on the new map now that you're there.
We're just going all over the place.
You sure are. Love it, but also hate it. Lurk Logan.
With the temp
Causes me
On the-
physical pain.
On the fly, it was pretty great.
Mhm.
Thanks, Alvin. I appreciate you, buddy.
Just putting up the reveals. There, and then there, and boom. Okay. As you make your way down the stairs. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
The light dims. And then darkens completely. The walls, you notice, are no longer wood. It looks like you are descending into old solidified lava tubes, which may connect to some stone structures underground. You can hear the distant sound of pickaxes striking rock, and the occasional droplet of water falling from above. You can also hear the low, booming voices of giants speaking down here, and a distant, horrid scream from some dying creature.
How long has it been since we first started that combat in the beginning?
5
Outside?
minutes, actually, I'm sorry, 6.5 minutes, roughly.
Okay. That communal resist energy is still going then.
Mm-hmm. The stairs descend into a 30-foot wide chamber that appears to have been widened with picks and chisels. You see more natural-looking tunnels, 10-foot wide circular lava tubes which extend from this larger chamber to the north, south, and east. While on the west side of the room are the roughly carved flight of stairs, sized for giants, of course, that you are on. Large chunks of stone and debris lie scattered haphazardly about the room, and a group of 3 fire giants stands sort of central in the room. Not at attention like you saw the ones up above. These ones more kind of just like relaxed looking, kind of disinterested, even bored. 2 of them are talking and one of them kind of elbows the other and they're laughing. Honestly, they don't even notice you guys until you're nearly at the bottom of the stairs. And let me just pull you over here.
Oh, I thought there was no map. It was all white for a second.
No, I was just waiting. Didn't want to get anybody
No,
too
the
excited.
map was loading.
Sayone will look at them. Jubek?
All 3 of them look, kind of blink, and it's a little surprised to see you. You might want to position yourselves accordingly, by the way.
Can you take us to him, please?
The closest fire giant in
Lem.
giant suddenly straightens up, and you can see flames kind of burst from his beard and hair and eyes and mouth, and he says, in giant, "Little folk, bring them to Jubek as corpses." And all 3 of them draw swords.
As he's getting violent, can I cast a spell?
Yeah. Maybe.
I'm gonna to Sione.
I didn't understand what he said because I don't speak giant, but I know he's getting violent. So, No need for that. Just take us to Jubek. We can all be friends.
I'm gonna need you to.
I cast
oppose
suggestion.
I was gonna say I need you to oppose initiative with the fire giants. I already rolled theirs.
Oh! Okay. Let's just be cool, bro.
And I believe that can only target one creature.
It's the guy who just spoke.
Okay.
Whoever, I assume. Ah, shit! I got 13.
13. Well, I got 0. So
Oh, well, I guess I beat that.
hell, Kyra probably beat that. You're casting suggestion, and what's the suggestion?
Let's just be friendly and take us to Jubek. Be
DC
friendly and take
19.
us to Jubek.
He resists.
Oh,
Therefore,
no! I use Chat's Blessing.
You'd need to spend 2 points.
I use 2 points.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So you say, take us to.
I say, be friendly and take us to Jubek.
We should just take them to. In Giant, he kind of turns to the other. We should take them to Jubek, as friends. And the other two.
Wait a minute.
The skull hand that she has in her hand right now, Sione, she's gonna give it a thumbs up towards you. Just
One of them looks like, huh? While the other. He's been enchanted!
Wait, can I make like a bluff check to be like...
It won't matter because you'd have to charm all 3 of them. These aren't hill giants.
Okay,
They're
I'll
not
roll
stupid.
up. Sayone rolls up her sleeves.
They're not. I mean, hill
rolls up
giants
her
might completely be
tattoos.
like, oh, okay. I mean, that guy said it. Let's do it. Fire giants are the hobgoblins of the giant world.
Are they considered monsters or are they humanoids?
Humanoids.
I mean, they're not monstrous humanoids, but they are humanoids.
Okay.
They're giant humanoids.
So I'm gonna need you guys, the rest of you,
They're
to roll
monstrous humanoids.
Are we keep? Can I? You want me to keep
yes,
this?
you would keep yours.
Let me re-roll, please, for the love of God.
I wish I could.
Oh. Don't worry, I got charms, guys. We got this.
Ah.
All right. So, Faya, initiative.
19. Dodgy's sitting this one out.
Okay. Lem.
10.
10. Ooh. Olak.
9.
Got Sione. Dragon sitting out.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, it is Faya's initiative. You can see, like, Sione's trying. She's already, like, starting to protest. You can tell right away, like, they're getting ready to rumble. What do you do?
But we're not rumbling yet.
We're gonna rumble.
We don't need a rumble.
We're gonna rumble.
We don't
Rumble
need to
buddy.
You're gonna rumble.
So, what you're saying is we're surrounded by dirt and stone and stuff.
Not even dirt. I mean, these are inactive lava tubes, basically.
Which is stone.
It's mostly
Look.
stone, yeah.
Sione will speak. We don't need to fight them.
We go. We go.
Faye's gonna...
At least not that one.
I won't fight that one. I am going to... I want to barrier blast, but I gotta save my spells, so I'm just going to be like, Sione, you got this?
Here, take some of my spells.
Yeah.
Yes, I think we can all just chill out.
Then I'll evil eye the one that said something first.
The one who's already charmed?
No, the one.
The
that
one who was like, "Hey."
Got
Yeah.
it. That one?
Yes. So make a.
I don't think they get a save from Evil Eye, do they?
Let's click it.
Yeah, there's no save for that.
Oh.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It reduces it to just 1 round. There it is.
Okay.
21.
How the-
DC is 10 plus half your level, which is 6. So 16 plus your intelligence. It's DC 20. Wait, your intelligence is plus 5, isn't it?
It's +6.
Okay, so 22.
That should
yeah,
be
then they
higher
failed.
then.
So yeah, he failed.
Okay.
So
I'm
Faya
gonna-
gives a supernaturally horrifying look at this one, fixing him in a witch's stare.
I'm going to make it so his will saves are less for charm.
Okay. Actually, you can just pick all saving throws.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So saving throws, he has -4. Excellent. Lem.
What is the kind of effect that is that you just did?
I did in Hex.
Is it like a enchantment or a morale, or like how does it affect?
I don't know. Tim?
I'm wondering if Dirge of Doom stacks. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yes, it stacks. It's
Fine.
untyped.
Yeah, Hex, I think, is its own thing.
This isn't
Yeah,
Hex. This is Evil Eye.
Got it.
Well, it
Hex
is a
just
Hex.
usually doesn't stack with other hexes.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Swift action, Dirge of Doom, and then I'm gonna cast Hideous Laughter behind them, so I can get all 3 but not get any of the friends.
Okay.
One is charmed, though. One is our ally.
Nah, we'll fix that.
Well, actually, they're not charmed. They've been given a suggestion. That won't break the suggestion. But it may alter how they choose to fulfill it. Actually, it may break. In this case, it may. So the first one is the charmed one. 21, he makes a save. The other 2
So
fail
minus
regardless.
6? -6, correct?
No. -4 is the bottom one. The one who's not charmed.
Okay. So he should have a -3? Hang on, let me get
No,
my spreadsheet.
the 2 who failed are the only ones with... The one who failed already had penalties. It's not going to change anything. So...
Yeah, I'm looking at Dirge of Doom, right?
Dirge
so
of
it
Doom.
should...
Oh, you're actually doing that as well? Okay.
That's what I said, yeah. That's why I asked.
So then he tied 19 versus 19. Dirge of Doom is -2.
Okay, so who wins?
He wins. Attackers win ties. He is the attacker against your DC.
Okay.
So he tied the DC.
Alright.
If you want to use a chat's blessing, you could knock it down by 1, but otherwise...
No, that's okay. I'll settle for 2.
Okay. You got it. So what are we gonna do? Let's put that, I guess. Okay, so 2 of the fire giants suddenly start to chuckle, and then to laugh, and then their laughter gets like Joker-esque, maddening, just incessant, can't do anything. They're laughing so hard, and they're just like, their faces are just like confusion and sudden worry, while their mouths continue to laugh without their consent.
And they are prone.
Yes, they are. They have fallen to the ground laughing. Sione.
Leone sighs. Is the suggested one of the laughing ones?
Actually, hang on, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, your initiative's 13.
Oh.
You should have gone before Lem. I'm sorry.
Oh. Okay. Well, assuming that hasn't happened yet,
Yes, prior to the laughter, you would have gotten to act.
I would have cast Charm Monster on the one Fea hexed.
Okay. That one has -4.
It has +5 since we're
Yes, you are definitely in combat, so +1 to the will save.
right.
Well.
Oh, wait, what? How does he have +9 and he had +2 earlier?
He didn't have +2 earlier.
Oh.
I rolled really shitty earlier.
It says 11 + 9, 7 + 2, 12 + 2.
What are you looking at?
Fire Giant will save.
You're all +9s.
Yeah, they're all +9.
What? Okay.
He
Yeah,
rolled
what
an
are
18.
you?
I don't know what that is up there then.
Are you looking at the wisdom?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
That's wisdom, not will.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Wow, you rolled really well.
Yep. Okay, so as you're trying to charm them, you can see like your enchantments are starting to fall. They're slipping through the cracks, and that's when Lem steps up and has the two in the back laughing. Olak is next.
One's gonna turn to like. She was like, "What is with you doing this to every guard we meet?"
It's easier than fighting.
No, it's not easier than fighting though. If we go all
It
in
is,
there,
because they could show us exactly where to go.
yeah, and then we'll all be in there together with them, and we'll have more in one
And
time.
they'll be
That's
fighting
bad.
on our side.
Olak's gonna glare at this one, and then it's gonna go up, walk up to the. They're all prone then, right?
No, only the back two are prone, but they are all flat-footed.
I have limited resources that I have to hang on to.
Oh, come
What you
on,
doing?
Stop that.
Get
Get out of here with your...
He's gonna go pull out a sword. Look at this one. Wait, do these guys know common? You know what? Whatever.
I spoke common to them.
It's like gonna go up to it. It's like you better listen to what we need to say. Otherwise, pulls out his sword and put it over his neck. You're gonna be a lot shorter pretty soon, and he's gonna intimidate.
Okay. 36. They are shaken.
Well, do they? I have thingy. Do I succeed by 5 over their what is it? Hit die plus 10 plus wisdom modifier.
And Tim, they were already shaken.
Yeah, they were already. That's right, they were already shaken, so it doesn't matter. But 27 would have been the DC.
Oh, so that succeeds by 10,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to frighten them for
Well,
1d4.
I believe you can only. It'd be one target.
Yeah, just the one.
The bottom
Just
one.
the one. Yep.
Okay. I will update. They are frightened.
Well, the bottom one's only frightened for 1 round, and shaken for.
He's shaken as long as he can hear Lem.
Oh.
So Dirge
Wait,
does.
does Dirge of Doom elevates?
It does if they start with the condition. I don't know what
Oh.
happens for you
Yeah.
if you come after. If I come after you, yes, it elevates.
So then they would get panicked next turn.
Yeah, this one next
Or-
on Lem's turn will get panic unless his turn ends before then, which it will. After Olak is Kyra. I forgot Kyra has a turn. Well, that's unfortunate. In this case, is there anything in particular you guys want her to do?
Oh,
You guys
smash.
seem like you're at there's some conflict on what you're doing here.
What do you think, Kyra?
Kyra, help.
I believe in love and peace and everything nice.
Well, she can't charm. I guess. What's this do? Oh, I'm not gonna do that right now. Returning spells. I guess she's going to. Yeah, I got no idea. Because you guys are kind of. It seems like you guys have two different approaches here, and I don't want Kyra to be the deciding factor. So she's
Come on,
going to.
Kyra. Be the
Nope,
deciding
she's going
factor.
to. Excuse me. She's going to hold off and, I guess, see how this plays out. I guess she's going to 5-foot step here and ready in action. If they start to attack and one gets within range, she is going to attack with the sword. The fire giants are up. So this one, can you hit suggestion again? I need to double check the text of the spell, but I believe
It doesn't end if you're hostile,
Okay.
but here it is.
So what you said was take us to Jubek as friends.
Yeah.
But you're attacking. So I guess
I'm not attacking. I guess if it's
Well-
considered an obviously harmful act, it negates.
Yes,
the
at this
effect.
point with you guys.
Well, no,
doing
it
what
said
you're-
asking the creature to do.
Yes, what you're
But at the
doing
time
is-
I asked.
At the time, it was not. It is now. It has become obviously dangerous.
Great.
He's going to. I thought you wanted to warp. Ah! And he's just going to grab the sword and take a swing at Olak like you're a golf ball. This is the one that was charmed.
Well suggested.
Right.
Is that a full attack?
Yes, it is.
Well, it doesn't
Sure.
confirm.
That's probably good. But yeah, I'm assuming, does 25 hit you?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so only the one, so you're taking 23 damage as that greatsword slams in, kind of creasing your armor a little bit. If you won't go as friends, you'll go as corpses. The other two are just continuing to laugh uproariously on the ground. They can neither respond to their fear, nor get up from prone, nor run away. They can only laugh. At the end of the turn, this one, I believe that breaks the laughter, right? That's you get a save every round.
Let's
It is a
see.
full round action that does not provoke. Okay, yep. So his full round action was to cease his laughter. He is just gasping for air now. That's the top one. Only the bottom one, is the one who is also panicked, is continuing to laugh. Unfortunately, he can't do anything about the panic. That's it for the fire giants, but it does seem like they're attacking. This one did not close with Kyra, so her readied action is not triggered. And as this is going on, the fire giants, the one who was not hideous laughing, says, "Intruders! Bring all the people to the entrance! Fight!" And we are going to end here. For tonight.
Okay, this is fine. This is like
just
Olaf's
gonna-
best day ever, by the way. This
I'm
is
just gonna
Olaf's
turn around
favorite
and
day.
leave.
Say Olak's like wiping a happy tear out of his face.
He got all his bones broken and put back together
I
today
mean-
while smashing things.
Listen, you might be happy about a fight, but even one giant, while like they're not overly imaginative with what they can do, it only takes one hitting the wrong person and you're suddenly out. A critical hit from a giant, you're not getting up from.
Look at that full attack. Everyone that's not me will probably that's more than 80%
Yeah,
of their HP.
I mean,
oh, except me or Kyra.
this is not an easy adventure, and we're just getting warmed up.
It's fine, it's fine. You know what? It's fine.
Yeah?
What I was gonna do next, it's fine.
It's fine?
It's fine.
Lem, did you prepare some walls?
Yes. Yes, I have walls.
Are those the walls that you put up to distance people from getting ever truly close to you that you've been dealing with in therapy?
Don't talk like you know me, Tim.
Alright.
Oh.
Thank you guys for
All right.
watching.
Yep. Thank you
Lurking.
everyone for watching us. We will be live again this
Sure
coming
will.
Sunday with 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, and that will be at 3 p.m. Eastern, and again with more Pathfinder, continuing this adventure on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you
Easter.
guys.
Who uses that?
We'll see you soon.